Hello, welcome everyone. I'm RxOliver. These are my friends, and we're playing Fallout. This is Secrets of the Verdant Vale, Session 6. It'll be the start of Part 3, Depths of Deceit. I've got with me tonight Matthew is Happy, David is Dimglow, Max is Turok, and Jeff as Brock. Are you ready for Chapter 3, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. So you spent the night resting on the roof of Genetitech after the fight with Warden Whitlock the Ghoul and his ghoulish friends. So you all have, you've went up a level, you all have full luck, you all have full hit points. David, your character has more than full hit points because of one of his perks. So, just to recap what happened in the last session, you found out a lot of information, which is still all in your journal in the info section. You can go over it again if you want, but you found a note on Warden Whitlock, and maybe more importantly, you found a swipe card on Warden Whitlock. So, that's where we left off, on the roof of Genetitech this morning after spending the night resting there in the wreckage of a crashed vertibird. War never changes.
I have a question, but I'll wait.
I don't know that we're good to go. Matthew, go ahead, mate.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. So you said we're refreshed. I just have a question because I took radiation damage. Do I get the extra 2 hit points if I have radiation damage, or?
I'll say that. Well, you're not. Nobody's getting well rested. You're not getting the extra 2 hit points. You're not getting well rested.
Okay.
But I'll
tell you something cool. So you have that the armor. I forget what it was called.
Yes.
That's
unyielding, isn't it?
Yeah, you have the unyielding armor, and we also have that bloodied fire axe, and they both are better when you have lower hit points.
When you're not on max
so if your
hit
point total is kept lower from having radiation damage, you just have those bonuses all the time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good thing.
I was gonna say that maybe you want to take a nap in some of that radioactive waste and get even more radiation damage.
So that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's read that. A very good point, Jeff. Let's read that. So I'm gonna pull up your character sheet. Happy. The gear, the armor, the unyielding Genetitech security armor. Did I write it in the description? I think I did. Quarter health, you get 1 free reroll on every test. Sorry, Matthew. And once per session, when you miss an attack roll, you can generate 2 action points. So that's separate. But whenever you're on a quarter health, you get 1 free reroll on every test. I'm sure there's more to it than that, isn't there? I've got it here. I've got it in the notes. Not rules, info.
You go to Wanderer's Guide with the legendary stuff real quick.
What was it there? Where is it? The unyielding armor. I forgot. Did I make a handout for it?
I got sent a screenshot somewhere, but unyielding says.
And it's plus. It's got the unyielding.
So it's a quarter of a hit point. You may re-roll a d20 on any test. So you probably want to actually have at least a quarter of your health in rad damage to get a free reroll on everything.
I currently have.
No, it's when you're at a quarter health. So when you're at 25% health.
Oh, it's at a quarter.
Yeah. But the
axe.
axe.
Maybe you don't want to.
You know, you don't want to do that. But listen to the axe. The axe does. The axe has got that.
Yeah.
When this weapon is wielded by a character whose current hit points are less than their maximum HP, it inflicts +1 combat dice of damage. This increases to +2 combat dice if they're on 3/4, if they've less than 3/4 of their maximum HP, to +3 combat dice if they've less than half their maximum HP, and to 4 combat dice if they've less than a quarter of their maximum HP. So the more damage you get, the better that one gets. The other one doesn't kick in, and the other one's already good. It's a legendary armor, and it kicks in when you're at quarter health. This one kicks in more and more all the way down to quarter health.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take damage for it to be at 2 all the time, but definitely you want to keep at least enough, like at least 1 rad damage to have just +1 damage on that all day.
Well, currently I have 4 rad damage, so I'm at 15 of 19.
What's your usual max health?
19. So I'm almost at 3/4 already.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're at 15 out of 19 for health?
I guess you don't heal the radiation damage when you level up, or do you heal it when you level up? I think you do when you level up, to be fair. I think you heal everything when you level up.
I think you
you don't.
Right
you
away
don't.
to get away.
Yeah, you don't. So you keep you are below your
Brahmin milk.
Yeah, or Brahmin milk.
Brahmin milk as well. Yeah. So you are below your maximum then, because you've got the radiation damage. Okay.
Yeah, I did the first. So I got at least one combat.
You want to taste that radioactive waste on the floor and get another point, you'll have +2 damage on that thing.
Just thinking about making like a radioactive angel, like just like just like weighing in the waste.
So what do you want?
Dimglow would love that effect on one of his weapons.
What's the next move then, guys?
Yeah, Dimglow wants to hang out in radioactive waste too. There is some stuff up here.
You can.
Right?
There's lots of radioactive waste up here. If you want to waddle in waste, if you want to splash around a little bit, have a little
I
paddle.
believe last session Dimglow already did a little bit of praising and praying inside of the
so there's broken barrels here with radioactive waste. There's even more over here, a lot over here. You can do as much radioactive damage to yourselves as you want, guys. If that's what
maybe you want to take that soak up some rads then. That should be crazy for you. Just it doesn't. Oh yeah, because you have vicious from the perk, right?
I get additional damage because of radiation.
He can store it up as radiation points to do damage on other people, like a monk storing key points.
Only the thing is about those radiation points is that I already was full. Now it's been dropped by 1 because a day has passed. So I suppose I'll
go top it up.
enough in it to get exactly 1 more rat point.
Okay. And you want
just a little bit.
I'm gonna.
Are you want to
A little morning wash with radiation.
Are you going to join them, Happy, in the little radiation bath? You can do damage to yourself to make that axe more dangerous. It's pretty foolproof, I think.
How much radiation damage do I take if I slash my face?
So I mean, you can, because you're not in any danger or anything. I don't even need to make you roll dice. If you want to take a certain amount of radiation damage, you can.
Brock can go get you a spoonful if you want to.
Brock can chuck some at you. He's immune. It doesn't bother him.
Yeah, sure. I'll take 1 more rad damage.
Brock can ice bucket challenge you if you want.
Or no, wait, because then it would make it so that'd be 5 rads. So I'd be at 14. All right, let me put that in there.
So yeah, if you get yourself down to 3/4 health, that thing gets +2 combat dice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Awesome. It is beautiful. It's very cool.
Happy's just like, my teeth tickle. It's like, oh, that's weird.
Yes, it is.
Okay, what's the move?
Okay. Well, we got the card. So
yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Jeffrey. You sound like you're back here.
I was gonna ask. We rested up. Do we have our luck back as well, or just our hit points?
No, you've leveled up, so you can have your luck back as well. It's a full restore on everything, boys. Apart from radiation damage.
Yeah, apart from radiation.
Yeah, y'all can have that every day. Well, I mean, I can regenerate anyway, so it doesn't bother me. I was like, oh no, get my health back.
You just need sunlight to regenerate, don't you?
Yeah.
So you just bask in for an hour. You don't even need to. You're on full because you've just leveled up here.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't have to worry about that. It's like, oh no, I take red damage. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'll just stay outside for a little bit.
Tell me what's the move then, boys? What do you fancy?
Yes, whenever everybody's ready.
Yeah.
Rock's pretty right down.
What floor you want to go to?
I think we're going to
the library or the laboratory, right? The one that
we got that key card to go down.
I remember last time, on the final floor before we were on the roof, most of the stuff was caved in, right?
Yeah, most of it.
Can we still access those rooms from the roof?
No.
Okay, never mind in that case.
Bear with me, I'm just trying to find your tokens so I can copy paste them. I moved onto a map that didn't have them on. Here you are. So it was the ground floor where the tunnel for the laboratory was. There was a thing
that's
here.
that one right there. Yeah.
There was a thing you couldn't get past there.
Look at Brother Dimglow. He sees more in like acknowledged or transcended in knowledge.
Knowledgeable.
Well, Dimglow has been reading the sacred texts of this place during their rest time, and he's gone more knowledgeable. He's become more scientific. That's why his new perk is Tech in science.
Nice.
He read the heresies of this place.
So I was like, so we're heading that way. I'm like checking all my guns, look at my dog. I'm like, good boy.
So the small wall-mounted terminal bathes the mossy ground in a dull ethereal glow as you approach it. It accepts your newfound code without protest, and the slowly blinking red light above the security door turns to green. The doors hiss loudly and slide open before you, revealing a long, gradually descending passageway lit only by a handful of malfunctioning lights. They flicker without pattern as you pass, creating an arrhythmic contrast to your cautious, evenly spaced steps. The passage soon reaches a landing, from which it doubles back again to continue its decline. Here you're... Oh, okay, so I need to open it up. Bear with me. You still can't see it, can you?
Oh, there's this tunnel.
Yeah.
Tunnel.
The passage soon reaches a landing from which it doubles back again to continue its decline. Here you're met by another body leaning against the wall with legs and arms outstretched and limp. Its eyes meet yours, open, soullessly vacant, and bearing the twisted grimace of abject terror. No cause of death can be seen, though small trickles of dried blood descend to the floor from its eyes and ears. 3 more corpses are found in the passage beyond. Bear with me, I'm going to change maps.
Okay.
You're good.
Brock keeps his baseball bat raised high. Proceed with caution.
Should have had you on this one already.
I have my rifle out.
I know Atom is with us. He shall protect us, my friends.
You all see the map, don't you? You're down here.
We do. Entry corridor.
3 more corpses are found in the passage beyond. More of the terrible dog-like mutants. Each cut down viciously by blade and laser. The battlefield aroma of charred flesh and ozone lingers in the air. As you navigate past the fallen creatures, the dim hallway levels out. Though each step feels heavier than the last, slowly, an ominous sense of danger grows within you, and you feel seen. Seen and unwelcome. Suddenly, a probing pain drives its way into the deepest parts of your mind. Burning agony turns your vision white, and you stumble to the ground, clutching your skull. The pain burrows through your brain like a writhing tendril of molten iron, and amid your anguish comes a voice, all around you and within. More seekers, misguided, unbalanced, interlopers, in my refuge, who are you? Each non-robot PC immediately suffers 2 combat dice of mind damage, as their mind is riven by psychic energy. So you may all roll your own 2 combat dice, and that's mind damage, so there's no DR for mind damage. Yeah, there's no DR for it.
Nope, it's just
Rock is
basically
saved by
major headache.
So,
I took 0. Woohoo!
2 for Dim Glow, none for Happy.
2 for Rock.
Okay.
Dimglow holds his head as he screams out, "This is not Atom. There's a demon here."
Ask each
We
player.
must purge this basement.
Nice. So, I'll let you go first then, David. Ask each player if they would like to provide an answer to the voice's question. If so, you may speak a short answer aloud amid your pain. Remember, this is serious pain throughout your head. So, the question was,
Well,
who are you? Dimglow, what do you reply?
I am a deacon of Atom, here to purge you from this ruined demon.
Oh, damn.
Okay, anybody else would like to answer the question? Who are you? Interlopers in my refuge.
Brock chimes in with, I'm Grandslam, Brock! I've had about enough of this!
I look at Dimglow and Brock, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad we're hitting havers right there. Turok basically sits his like rifle on his shoulder, looks at his hound, and he yells in there. It's like, I am Turok Redfeather. Your death's coming.
Ooh, very interesting. Right, okay, and does Happy have an answer?
I'm in horrible pain, right? So
Yep.
I'm just like, is this because I washed my face with the radiation?
Okay, so none of you tried to deceive the voice. Okay, that's important. You will hear the voice again. No, you don't, because none of you tried to deceive it. You may also attempt to provide another answer if you wish. No, never mind. That's if you tried to deceive it. None of you tried to deceive it. Okay. You will hear the voice
We're
again.
pretty clear in our ambitions for this place.
Yeah, I'll say we got a flamer, right? Anybody want to use it?
Do we? I think that's the other game. I think that's the other game.
No, there is a flamer. We have a flamer.
So
We have a flamer, yeah.
None of you tried to lie to it, so none of you take any more mind damage.
Nope.
That's it. Because none of you tried to lie to it. There's loads more. That could have got really bad to you if any of you tried to lie to it. None of you tried to lie to the voice. So the pain slowly stops and you return to normal, and you don't hear the voice again. And there is a human dead body, and it's dressed like the previous wardens that you've seen before, the ones that had warden IDs. And it's dressed like one of them. If you want to scavenge it, it'd be a perception survival. 0.
We're at 6 AP. We'll just check them for stuff. I don't think we care to roll.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll find 1 wealth, that's 1d20 caps. Nice roll. Somebody add that to a sheet. An archivist ID, Lily.
Divisible.
Well, I can add it to the party loot.
We
So
just each get 4 caps.
you find an archivist ID for Lily Summerfield, Lilly, Lily with a double L, Lily Summerfield. You may also spend an action point to find something else. I believe you've got full action points.
Yeah, we'll do it.
You're doing that? Okay, so you find
Yep.
a handwritten. Good that you did, because it's a narrative thing, and those are the best. You find a handwritten, beautifully illustrated collection of short stories, authored by the deceased warden. The stories tell of the adventures of the Unforgivables, a small team of anti-heroes with troubled pasts in a fictional, near-future dystopia who come together to fight crime as penance for their personal sins, which they believe are unforgivable. The book is dedicated to Lily's daughter, Maya.
Aww. That's nice. I was like, that might be some good
This is
reading.
fanfic and not a real magazine.
Yeah. It's
Pretty much.
It's
Illustrated fanfic.
beautifully handwritten and illustrated, though.
Post-apocalyptic fanfic. All right.
I mean,
Hey,
there's
yeah.
markets for it, probably.
Well, that's how what was it? The wasted magazine or whatever it is, Guide to the Wasteland or something.
Oh yeah, that one's like
Wastelander survival guides, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
So, let me just pull you up a little bit on the map, because that was up here that you found the Warden's body. So that's the actual, this is the entrance to the laboratory here, and as you can see, it's all in decay and stuff.
Okay.
So,
I think Brock is going to make his way over to this corner here, make sure that there's nothing sneaking over there trying to murder us.
And Dimglow is going to investigate the door, making sure that nothing attacks us from behind.
yep,
Okay.
I'm staying right here to cover both ways. My rifle.
I'll do it stealth style if you want me to roll a stealth to the corner.
Yeah, pause there, and then we'll see if we need you to do that, Jeff. I just want to see where Happy goes. I'll see where Happy goes, and then we'll
Snoot.
narrate what happens next.
Where am I? I guess I'm gonna hang out with Brock.
Okay.
The +1 charisma squad level for this.
Yeah.
Move your token then, and then once everybody's where they would go, I'll do the next bit.
He's up there. Okay, I'll try. There we go. I had to zoom out. There we go. I'm getting there. I just had to load. There we go.
Okay.
That's
So,
it, right?
so when you come inside, this door seals shut again.
Can't wait to rip it off its hinges later.
Brock versus Russ.
Okay, so let's deal with. I'll go clockwise. I'll deal with Dimglow's first. So he's looking at this door here. Okay. Let me just find that.
What's the lighting like down here? Is it there's some lighting or is it dark?
Yeah, it's still flickering lights
Oh.
like in the hallway.
Sorry, guys. This is all low light. So this is
Okay.
all any perception or sight-based test is all. So any test that's sight-based, sorry, is +1 difficulty, unless you have a light source.
I believe we have a lantern, right?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
got
like
the
that
infinite
battery.
lantern.
I think you're holding
Yeah.
it. I'm not
Yeah, I'm
sure.
holding the lantern.
Okay.
And you got a lantern here.
So the door.
You got two.
Okay. Yeah, so you may go in. The door's open. I will reveal some more map for you, David, and then we'll deal with this one.
All right. So Dimglow is going to point the lantern inside of the room, and he's just trying to look if there's anything danger, like a hole somewhere through which pests could crawl in.
Okay,
and
so this
ambush us.
room was used to store samples of all sorts, used by genetic scientists. It's a long and somewhat narrow room lined with numerous metal shelves containing glass jars and plastic containers of all shapes and sizes. Many of the shelves are overturned and their contents spilled upon the floor, making quiet navigation in this room somewhat challenging. Many of the labels are faded or ruined, but a few may be read. Most of the so I guess you're looking around in the room because I'm reading stuff that's going on in the
Yeah.
room. Are you looking around? Go it right.
Yeah,
Move
I'm
your
just
guy into the room
shining
then.
my light into the room to make sure there's nothing in there to threaten us.
Right, so you can't read any of the stuff from here then. So there's lots of jars on shelves that are labelled. You can't
Okay.
really get any more details about them until you at least go into the room, I guess.
And I would just gently kick one of the jars and have it roll further, just to make a noise and draw out anything that might be in the lab, in the room over there.
Okay, let me just double check. Nothing's gonna come out of there. No,
Okay.
nothing. No.
And I look over my.
Well, so nothing in the room, but you swear you hear something behind you. Do you look around?
Well, after Dimglow has a feeling that there's nothing there, he looks over his shoulder and he's like, "I believe this one is clear."
You just see Happy. So
And then he.
you heard someone talking, but then you look and you see Happy, and Happy wasn't talking. Happy's busy looking at stuff.
Okay. Well, I suppose that's my turn in that case.
Well, no. We can do this one room at a time if you want. Okay, I'm going to go clockwise.
Okay.
We can just deal with you, and you can deal with this room if you want.
Okay. Dimglow looks over at Happy and he's like, "Huh? Was
No,
that you?"
it's me, Turok.
I think it's
There-
Oh, that's Turok.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah, that's
Turok.
Turok's
Yeah,
token,
Turok.
not
Yeah,
Happy.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah,
Turok.
Happy's over with
I
the
meant
big
Turok.
man.
Yeah, I meant Turok. Sorry, Max.
Was that you?
Right. Well,
No, I didn't hear anything.
okay. So you
Cover me.
didn't go in the room yet, then, David. So I'll pause there and we'll come back
Yeah.
to that room then.
Okay,
So
perfect.
we have Happy and Brock up here. Okay, so let me reveal some more map. Has either of you two got a light source?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I'm tiptoeing stealth style. I don't want the light
I thought-
source.
I'll double check, but I don't think I have anything.
Rock likes staying nice and dark in places like that.
Okay, so you find the place,
No.
the laboratory is in ruin. I mean, the walls are broken and there's debris all over the place. But it's not maybe so bad as upstairs before because this is underground. You are underground now, and it feels underground. It feels, although this is a proper building and not some cave or cavern, it does feel like that, and it feels underground, and it feels close and claustrophobic, and yeah, it's you swear you hear a wind, but then it's not a wind, it's almost like a voice, but then it can't be a voice, and then it can't be wind because we're in this facility, but it's a strange feeling anyway. But you see more of the same as you travel through the thing here. The main hall of the laboratory floor proceeds straight from the entrance for a long distance before turning sharply to the left. Its various rooms and departments are accessible from the hall. Blah, 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 blah. The walls and ceiling crumble from the force of many invasive roots, creating heaps of scattered rubble throughout the hall. So you know how it's all plants upstairs? The roots of those plants are like breaking into the downstairs. So that's what's, you know, destroying this place is the massive growth of plants, and the roots are coming through to this basement level. So there is heaps of scattered rubble throughout the hall. Okay, so there's more of the same. There's another door up here. Brock and Happy. We'll pause there for a second because you did a little bit. And then we've got Turok and Grim. Turok and Grim, you are just looking around this area here.
Well, yeah, I'm just kind of keeping a lookout because I know those two are looking up there, but I'm kind of giving Dimglow some backup if something comes in. I have my rifle out and I can see into that room where he has the lantern in probably his spotlight.
Alright, okay. So, Brock and Happy, would you like to move any more before I go back to Dimglow and Turok then?
Yeah, I think we're probably at least gonna go and check out if anything around this corner is trying to
Okay.
destroy us.
So like I said, it does turn sharply to the left.
Does it just kind of openly seem like it's all clear, or do you want us to make some kind of gaze-in check before we
Makes me...
kind of start doubling back?
Nah, I don't think I need you to make me anything.
Okay.
Nah.
I think that after we made sure it was cool here, we're gonna just kind of slowly kind of work our way towards making.
So
seeing what
let me check on these doors to see if these doors are open. So the ones that you saw, I'll just check that for you first before I move on. So, yep, this door is open and this one is open as well. Okay, going back to Dimglow and Turok.
And then I think we're gonna just stay right here and keep an eye on those doors while we wait for others to catch up.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Dimglow and Turok. What are we doing?
After Turok made it clear that it wasn't him, Dimglow is actually going to move closer into the room.
Okay, so like I said, there's lots of jars and plastic containers.
He
for
doesn't
all
mind. He
shapes and
just
sizes.
stomps around with his power armor, crushing them if possible.
Okay, so you are crushing lots of them. You're making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
But the ones that are still on shelves and remain on shelves, you can see many of the labels are faded or ruined, but a few can be read. Most of the intact jars contain small tissue samples of various sorts. A few might contain whole specimens, if such specimens are particularly small. Identifying the species requires an Intelligence and Science 3 test. The difficulty of this test is reduced by 1 if the PC possesses the Entomologist perk. I doubt you've got that.
I haven't got that, but luckily enough, Dimglow has been reading a lot of scientific mumbo jumbo about this place, and he's going to do a science test.
So on your level up, you took the tag perk, which gives you 2 points. It gives you a tagged skill and 2 points in it, and you took science, and then you added a point in science from your points. So you got 3 points in science on the level up.
Went full in science today.
I appreciate that.
And I'm going to spend 3 AP for 2 additional d20s for this.
Okay.
And it's difficulty 3, right?
It's difficulty 3. That's 3 successes.
And that's all I needed.
And you've got light source, eh?
Yep, I have my my lantern.
You do. So, you find samples of Canis latrans, coyote, Ep6 milday, which is tarantula hawk wasp, Crotalus adamantius, which is the eastern diamondback rattlesnake, and Trioceros jacksoni, Jackson's chameleon.
Well, Dimglow looks over at these samples and he's like, they have been preserving these specimens here, as if in an ark of Adam, keeping those creatures from before Adam's time preserved in these glass containers. And he's going to try and sneak one of the samples inside of his backpack, I suppose.
Which one?
So there was the chameleon.
There's coyote, tarantula hawk wasp, eastern diamondback rattlesnake, and Jackson's chameleon.
Thought
What
you said
might be the
coyote
most-
before,
Coyote, yeah.
Yeah.
and I thought that Brock was gonna get messed up later.
Oh, peyote, no, coyote. As in the wild dog that you get in America and Africa.
Yeah, oh yeah. I dealt with plenty of those.
And there's
it is America and Africa, the coyote, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only like 4 complete samples.
There's 4
Left
complete
pristine.
samples, yeah, pristine samples.
I'm taking all of them in that
You've taken
case.
them
They're
all,
not too
okay.
big, right? I can just...
So, I will take...
like
no, they're
public.
not. No, they'll not
Yeah.
take up any, like, inventory space. Let me get a screenshot of them and create a handout for you, just to make your life easier. You can copy it or whatever, but I'm going to make your life easier by just doing a wee screenshot from the PDF here. Save. Bear with me, I have to actually save it first.
You're good.
Why do I not know my own way around my computer? when I need to do something fast. Okay, so I'm going to create a handout. Samples. In players' journals. And I'll put it in just yours for now.
Okay.
2 seconds. The magic of technology, folks. There you go. You see it?
yet.
I will put it in the images. No, not the images section. We've got info section. I'll put it in the Verdant Vale info section. I'll put it at the bottom of the list.
Yeah.
See it?
Okay. Samples, yeah.
Yes. And I'll share it with the other guys once you share the information with them. For now, it's only you can see that.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Okay, also, this room may be scavenged with a Perception Survival 1 test.
I'm looking over at Turok and I'm like, see anything more valuable in here?
I'll come in and start looking around.
You
and
going
say,
in?
Hey,
Okay.
we got another door over there.
You can assist
check
on the
that door
test
right
then.
there while I'm looking around. Yeah.
While Turok is scavenging, I'll just check this door to make sure there's nothing.
Right, okay. So
ambushing him.
Turok, the scavenge is a Perception Survival 1 test.
Okay.
Brock is gonna make his way back while these guys are scavenging. Let's do that.
That is
Well,
one.
there you go.
You find, and you've got a light source, don't you, Turok?
My
I've got
lantern,
it.
right?
Yeah. Right. So you find, roll 3 combat dice.
Absolutely.
Happy, if you go in, you can roll an assist as well. It's just for action points at this stage.
Oh, sure. I gotcha.
So you find 4 plus
This one.
2. You find 6 uncommon materials. Now I want you to make sure you put this on your. Somebody put this on the inventory because it will be important later. So that's 6 uncommon materials. Roll me 1 combat dice. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Oh no, it's not. It's not. I'm on the right one. I panicked there. I panicked. Oh, you got 2 more successes with Happy's assist, so you may add 2 action points. Woo. Yeah, sorry. Give me 1 combat dice, Max.
All right.
So you got 6 uncommon materials. This is for rare materials. 1 plus this. So one rare material.
Okay.
Also, you can have 1 roll on the Genetic Underground table. So that's a table I've got. Let me just find it.
Is it like a 2d20 or something, or?
It is 2d20, yes.
Okay.
Roll me a 2d20, please. 13. 13 is...
What did I find?
This is fun. Sorry, it's just
Lab
quite...
coat.
Because it's a screenshot of a small thing from the PDF, it was hard to read. The skeleton of a dead scientist inside a supply cabinet.
Does it have a lab coat?
It is curled. Yeah, I'd say it's got a lab coat because it's a dead scientist. The skeleton of a dead scientist. Let's say a skeleton of a dead scientist wearing a lab coat inside a supply cabinet. It's curled up at the bottom and holding a switchblade.
I will basically stick the switchblade into a backpack, and I look over to Dim Glow. I was like, "Here you go. Here's your lab coat."
And I accept the lab coat, and I'm like, so this is what these cultists of this demon wear.
Oh, and it probably has that emblem of their
Their heathen faith.
That's just a lab. That's just a Genetitech lab coat. Okay.
Exactly, the heathen faith.
Right. Okay. Now, so the next door. You're checking out the next door, Dimglow. So a large industrial freezer is located in the back of the sample storage room. Let me just do this as well for you so you can see the room name now that you've explored that. You know what it is.
Brock hopes they have ice cream in that freezer.
The door mechanism is jammed. A strength athletics 4 test would be required to gain entry.
I was thinking we got a man right there to do the job.
Yeah, I look over at Brock and I'm like, care to give me a hand with this one?
Right, athletics 4. All right.
Who leads, you or me?
Obviously, probably him and you assist.
I have it as a tag. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, you're gonna be leading it in that case. I got a 14 but no tag.
We have 3 AP. I'm gonna spend 3 of them on 2 extra dice.
And then
But
both of you assist.
athletics.
Hey, there you go. God damn.
God damn. That'll do it. So you
How
get
many
you've
we
got 2 left over. You get 2 action points because that was that was a 4 difficulty.
And
So-
Dimglow's also going to assist.
Oh, you've still got assists to do. Yeah, that was just Brock.
Brock's like, no, we're not. Right.
That's just Brock. Yeah, he's already ripped it off. You've got assists to go as well.
Oh, and
No, I'm
Dimglow
good. I'm letting
utterly
them do it now.
fails.
I'm keeping an eye out. I look at Happy, keep an eye out at the door that way.
This is the thing. You don't always have to
Yeah, I
assist.
got my axe out. I'm
when
like,
it's already succeeded, you don't have to, because there's always the complication, the risk of that as well. And as you've seen before,
Rock.
complications meant, what are those things called again? Night Stalkers.
Yeah, stalkers.
Yeah.
Brock, as he pulls the door off the hinges, he just goes, "Ice cream!"
Ice cream.
Please, There's me screaming.
I don't even get a chance to help, and he completely breaks open the door.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
2 scientists are within. Bodies preserved by the still
Ooh.
functioning freezer. Unable to escape, they must have huddled together for warmth, eventually succumbing to the freezing cold. A large military-style crate is in the back of the freezer on a metal table. It is not locked.
Ooh. I look at yellow Dimglow. Hey, go check that out.
And I carefully move past the 2 heathen bodies of the cultists, obviously, and I head over to the storage.
Brock hopes there's ice cream.
It contains, or better than ice cream, Brock. Don't say I'm not good to you in this campaign, boys. It contains a cryolator. Settler's Guidebook, page 94. And 12 plus 8 combat dice of cryo
That's big gun.
cells.
That's the big gun.
Is it a big gun? Or is it an
I think
energy
it's
weapon? I
cryolator,
think
it's
it's
a
an
big gun.
energy weapon,
It's
Max.
a big gun.
Is it a big
No,
gun?
no, it's a
Let me
big
check.
gun. I believe
Yeah.
it's a big gun.
As well as a
I'll quickly
holotape.
open the book.
As well as a holotape.
Settlers, right?
Yeah, Settlers 94. As well as a holotape containing instructions for its use as a non-lethal crowd control device to be used in the event. Right, you'd have to watch the holotape for the rest of that. But yeah, you find 12 plus 8 combat dice of cryo cells as well, so somebody can give me 8 combat dice.
What's the page again?
But it is big gun.
94.
It's
Is it a big gun, is it?
Yep, it's big gun.
Nice.
Mhm. I don't have.
Who's the big,
I'll
who's the
look
big
at
guns
Brock.
guy
Can
on
you
this
use
team?
Big gun?
Cryojet
think
is on energy weapons in
No. Cryolator.
No, it's
Cryolator. Yeah, Cryolator. Yeah.
It's in the Settlers book.
It's the thing that's locked in Vault 111 right at the
Yeah.
start of Fallout 4 you
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
get.
Yeah.
You have to go back for that.
And you say, oh, there's a 1,
5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Plus.
What I would say is it's damage dice. If you want to spend a luck point, you can re-roll 3 of them. If you want. Wait, no. Nah. It does say here the GM should not allow more ammunition to be found for the cryolator during the remainder of the quest. Actually, okay. So I think it wants you to maximum that roll. So that's 12 plus 5, so 17. You find 17 cryo cells.
That's still pretty good.
Okay.
Yep. So you've got
Who can use
cryolator
big guns?
and 17.
Not happy.
Who has got big guns in your crew?
I don't.
Brock considered it for the thing. He might take it as a tag skill.
Trurock's got 0. Deacon Dimglow's got 3. Dimglow's got 3 in big guns.
If
Oh.
nobody else needs
And
it, then I'll be
tagged.
the Cryolator.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude,
Okay.
do
gonna
it.
be
Take
mine.
it.
Okay, I'm going to be adding it to my inventory.
There you go,
And
mate.
you got 17 cells of it. You got 17 shots of it.
Read us what
Oh,
it
there you
does.
go.
Read us the stats of the cryolator, David.
Yeah, I've it open on the book right now.
I've
So
got it.
burst,
I was
freeze,
looking
and
for-
spread.
It's got burst, freeze, and spread. How much damage? Is it energy damage it counts as, yeah?
4.
4 energy damage with burst, freeze, and
yes.
spread. Wow. Then what does freeze do?
It
That's a
does
dumb
have mod.
question, isn't
It
it?
does-
I
Freeze
think it's
is
like a stun, right?
I don't think it's a super dumb question because it only exists in here. It says the enemies hit by this attack are frozen if the number of effects are equal or higher than their endurance.
Oh, okay, so if you've got an endurance 8, I need 8 effects, and you're frozen. For how long are you frozen?
Actually, it's half the target's endurance, or half the body for creatures, as they're frozen until their next turn. They can't take any actions until their
basically it's a stun.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's better stun.
It's an improved stun, yeah.
But you still have like a thing to beat in order to do it.
Okay. Does anybody want to check out what's on the holotape then?
Yeah, I have a thing for that.
You have a holotape player, don't you?
Yeah, I popped that in. I'm like, click. Hey, pass that over here.
Okay. So, the holotape contains instructions for the cryolator's use as a non-lethal, crowd control device to be used in the event of a Project Chimera containment breach.
I'm looking at them, and I think that's what we might be down here. Might be a giant monster. I'm glad we got that one. And then brother Dimglow has like sits down the hammer, cryos that thing, freezes it up, and he just smashes it.
I mean, I'm collecting epic weapons, so.
There's another one for the list.
The scattergun.
Yeah,
I took the scattergun. So.
Turok got the scattergun. Happy got the axe and the armor. So it's pretty fair for you to get that. Brock doesn't have big guns. Yeah. Listen.
Brock don't need big guns. He has a big hammer.
You guys are level 9 now. It's high powered stuff now. This is all leveled stuff, eh? Designed for your level. This thing. It's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this, with Verdant Vale. So that's that room. There's nothing really else in that room unless you want to do anything else.
Was there anything on the bodies though? The guys that were sitting in there?
So no, but their bodies are preserved because it's a freezer, so they're not skeletons. They are eerily preserved dead bodies. Like they've been frozen for a long time. Because this freezer's just been working for the however long, and they're preserved. These bodies, unlike the rest of them.
Yeah, I yell at the other two. Is there anything on the bodies in there?
Rock cracks the head off of one of the bodies, and he like pulls the top of his skull off and starts swirling his brain around and says, "Ice cream!"
Oh.
And takes eats a big fingerful of it.
Oh no!
No.
Hey, I got a knife. You want a popsicle?
Oh my days.
Happy's just watching it in horror. Like that's something one doesn't see every day. One hopes.
Really, I've seen worse from these guys.
Wow.
That's normal for a super mutant.
Doesn't count for cannibalism. You can eat a human and it's not a problem, right, Brock?
I need a perk to get anything out of it, but I don't think there's a problem.
You don't get any penalty from it.
Yeah, I
just ice cream
think
anyway.
anything happens.
Wow. You ate his brains as ice cream.
Maybe you could make me suffer for eating something strange. Maybe he'll have an upset tummy later.
We've reached an all-time low on the stream tonight, gentlemen. We ate a man's brains like ice cream.
Did Brock get brain freeze like that guy?
Oh, definitely.
Roll endurance. Roll endurance.
Nah, he just gets it. There's no roll. He's just getting it. He definitely gets brain freeze from eating a man's brain like ice cream. Fuck me. That's brutal, Jeff. That's metal as fuck. Trust you.
Yeah, that's.
Well, that's that.
I'm too busy admiring my new weapon.
That's a nice weapon.
Dude, yeah.
Are there radioactive upgrades for this?
Yes, there are. There are upgrades.
Okay.
There's some good upgrades on it.
Radioactive cryolator? That sounds crazy.
Radioactive damage and freeze. Wow, yeah, that's...
Basically, I'm gonna be Mr. Freeze.
Well, there's one that converts to Magmod from doing...
You are going to be Mr. Freeze because you've got power armor on. You are going to be actual Mr. Freeze.
Oh, dude, you no, hey, what you do? You weld it onto your forearm. You're like, I don't have to carry it. I'll just build it on my arm. Just touch it to the arm.
Unfortunately, that mod is not available for power armor. You can't just strap a gun to it.
Yeah, sadly enough.
That would be so cool, though. I would be just like, yeah, let's just strap it on there.
We didn't find anything else interesting in that room, did we?
That's it.
I think
We found ice cream. We found an ice cream
Found
maker.
ice cream,
so pretty
aye.
much.
Brock
we
is gonna lark his-
found a new low, Jeff. That's what we found in there. A new low.
Yeah.
Brock takes like a piece of broken glass along the way that he's gonna use as like a spoon. He's gonna find like a good spoon-shaped piece of glass to scoop this brain out as he goes. He's gonna keep snacking.
My!
Shaped glass. There's probably beakers or something in there.
Yeah. He's keeping his
Well,
bat tucked under his arm, so it's
I'm
still.
surprised there
still
ain't some like metal tool or something in there. He'd be like, "Ooh, look, that's a spoon."
Not in that room. That's a samples room. It was all just samples in there.
All right, well, we got another room here to the left. I went for the other two. I look at Brock and say, "Hey,
And
let's wait for the other
this
two."
door is accessible, so I can well, near the entrance to this room actually, there is a damaged handbook. Is anybody going close enough to pick up and see what kind of handbook it is?
Yeah, I pick it up and look at it, and I'm like, "Hey, what the hell is this?"
It's a nursing handbook. A damaged nursing handbook lies on the floor near the entrance to the break room. You'll see a sign that says break room. It's torn across the cover, and several of its pages are scattered around. Many handwritten notes and comments fill the margins, and the handwriting is slow, blocky, and methodical. The name Clara Montero is written inside the front cover. I will copy-paste that so you've got it. May or may not be important.
Okay, so I just
Unknown.
hold it right there. I'm like, all right.
Okay. The break room, so I can read this bit for you.
Is there some knowledge I can gain from this nursing book? Because Dimglow is usually the party healer.
I would. Well, I mean,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, it would give some nice.
I'll pass it to Dimglow.
Well, what I would say then is if you can get, if you study it enough, I would say it could then be used as something that can give you one reroll on a medicine test once per session or something like that. Something
Sounds
like
good.
that, yeah. You'd have to study it
That
first.
works, dude.
That works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I give it
That
to
fits
Dimglow.
the
I'm like,
mechanics
there
of
you
the
go.
game, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah.
It's a one-time session use.
Or maybe
Like,
yeah, a
alright,
one-time
use it
thing like a
once.
So let's say it's like a magazine, a one-time thing. You can either use it once,
Sounds
or
good.
you can learn it as a perk. Sound good?
That's cool.
Yep.
And it's a reroll on.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a
Same as
reroll
a
on medicine
perk.
checks, basically. Same as a
Dude,
perk.
that's a good perk.
Yeah, that's. Well, I
There
don't know.
might even be a magazine that does that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like the
so-
Massachusetts Medical.
So there
whatever
probably
thingy.
is. So let's just say it's the equivalent
check
of.
out.
Let's find that, and we'll
Okay.
say it's the equivalent of that, basically. Because I don't want to create a new
Okay.
thing in case I get the balance
No,
wrong.
true.
It's a crunchy game with a lot of rules. I don't want to get the balance wrong. I don't want to start making homebrew
No,
items.
exactly.
So we'll just find the closest thing in the existing magazines, and it can be used like that, I would say.
I'll look at the magazines while we're at it.
Yeah, probably a good idea. That's
Anybody
all I'm
going in
about.
the break room?
I look at Dimglow. I'm like once you shine in first, because you got the bright light.
He nonchalantly moves in as he's looking at the magazine with one hand and shining the lantern with the other.
Okay. The break room is a large
Rock
rectangular
deep.
room. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Brock really scrapes and slurps out the bottom of this head that he's got, and he tucks it behind him, and he heads over towards the break room fridge. He says, "Ice cream."
Oh my God. No, it's slushy. You're looking for a slushy.
Oh my. The break room is a large rectangular room which once housed a small kitchen, lounge, restrooms, and recreational area. It now lies in complete disarray, and it appears some great struggle has taken place within it. As you enter the room, you hear a hiss and rattling sound from a darkened corner.
Hey, look, it's more of your snake buddies.
Numerous
Gus points at it.
skeletons.
I pull out my axe.
Numerous skeletons lie within, dressed in shredded lab coats. The ancient, makeshift weapons in their hands crumble if you try to pick them up. So you heard a noise from this corner.
Yeah, I look up Dimglow and I point at him to go that way, and I have my gun, pointed that way. I'm like, go check it out.
I put my book away and I reach for my hammer, start moving closer.
Brock is gonna head on that away too.
Okay.
Not surprised to hear puppy.
You see a hole in the wall that's impossibly small for one of them to have gotten through, or is it? You don't know.
I found a perk, by the way.
You found it. Is it
Massachusetts Surgical Journal.
it is a magazine. Sweet. So you can just make it the equivalent of that, David.
Okay,
That
I
works
just
for
put
me.
it in the chat for the people to see.
Cool.
Nice.
And Dimglow looks over into the hole and he shines his lantern towards it, trying to see if there's something inside of it.
Okay.
Hello.
Brock went back towards the refrigerator when he did this.
Okay.
Assuming that it.
No noise comes back to you, Dimglow. And there's no echo to your voice, like there's a cavern through there. It's almost like your voice becomes totally muted as soon as it passes through the hole. It's just like covered in something. Something covers the sound. The break room may be scavenged with a Perception Survival 1 test.
Okay. Let me see if I can do that.
I'll help with that.
Okay. I mean, gotta be helpful somehow.
Yes.
May also end up helping with this.
There's the one that you need, so anything else is for complications and action points now.
Oh,
That's one more action point.
that's being funny. Why is it being so weird? I guess I'll just do it the other way.
Oh, you put it there, I see.
Yep.
Survival.
I just moved it up.
Cool. Okay.
I'm getting it right now. Oop, there we go. It wouldn't let me decide to do it that way.
And
There you
there's one more. Okay.
Nice.
So you find 5 combat dice of junk. Somebody may roll 5 combat dice.
Somebody else can if they want to.
Alright,
I'll add that onto the loot list.
So that is 3 junk.
I got it.
You get another roll in this genetic underground table that I've got here. So give me a 2d20, someone.
I got that one.
That's a
Brock's looking
28.
for
Back
That's-
slamming.
That's 7 combat dice of junk. You may roll 7 combat dice.
Ooh.
I'll let you do this.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, I shouldn't have let you know it.
yeah.
So 2 more junk.
Why?
Then we've got rolls on the pre-war consumables table. So I would like
Ooh.
you've got 3 rolls on this, so I would like 2d20 3 times. I hope someone's
Just
taking
saying
note
you
of all
check the
this, because I am not. I've got enough.
No,
going
no,
on.
I am. I
Sweet.
got the loot list.
That is a Salisbury steak.
Ooh.
Like
Been
ice
putting
cream.
most of the food items just straight into Brock's character sheet. I put the materials in there too, but not the junk.
Okay.
I
Real.
just added the junk.
The other food items.
You've got another 2 rolls on that one. There's some good stuff on this. Well, there's a couple of really good things on this. Yeah, someone give me another 2d20.
Uh,
26 is gumdrops. Give me another one.
Another D20 or 2?
Another 2d20, Matthew.
2d20.
37. So that
Ooh.
26 was a gumdrops, and 37 is a nuka cherry.
Ooh.
Ooh. Heck yeah.
So
that's another one.
Because
We
the
can do that now.
extremes are the good things. I'll just tell you what it is, because it's not spoilers. 2 on the 2d20, so 2 ones get you 2 nuka cherry, and 2 20s 40 gets you a Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Nice.
Those are the
Hell
top
yeah.
and bottom things. Pretty good. So you also get. Oh, you may roll You may spend an action point to roll on that again up to 3 times. If you want to roll on that table again, you can up to 3 times with action points. And before you spend all your action points, you also can spend 1 to roll on the pre-war baubles table.
Baubles?
Baubles. Trinkets.
What's the baubles?
Trinkets.
Baubles?
Oh, okay.
Things. Silly little things. Do you want to spend anything on that table, or do you want to spend 1 on the pre-war baubles table? You can do both if you want.
Does the bubbles give us any effect, or is it just like this? You find something.
Let me check what's on the pre-war baubles table again. It's that's very difficult to read. There is.
We'll probably do at least.
It's just cool stuff. It's flavor stuff. That's all flavor stuff mostly.
Oh, okay. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. Would you like to spend any action points to roll on the pre-war consumables table again? That's the one where you just found the Salisbury steak, the gumdrops, and the Nuka cherry. Want to roll that one again?
Guys?
Brock is the grocery store. I have a decent amount of food on me, but I'll always take more.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say I'm down for rolling more.
We'll do. We're gonna spend action points on this. We'll do 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more rolls.
I'll do 1.
16 is a vodka.
I'll do the next one.
Vodka. Nice.
11 is a pork and beans.
Nice.
Which is all good shit.
Guys, even beans.
And you may do 1 more if you want. It's costing you action points.
I say we're good. That should be good.
Yeah.
I think we're right.
Okay. That's the
we
break
still have
room.
more places to check out in there. Yep. So what do you think? Check the 2 rooms to the very top?
I think so. I think we head up that way and then see about the side corridor afterwards.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Which one are you thinking of?
Both of these
Probably
doors
the
are
very
open, so
Both of those
go
are
through the
open.
closest one.
Yeah. Do you want to have a look at this one? Okay, bear with me.
Dimglow watches the back. He's
No,
keeping an
Dimglow
eye
needs to
on
be the
this.
No, Dimglow needs the front because he has a light.
Well, we have Brock, and I can look at the back.
So this door isn't actually open, but can be opened with a Strength Athletics 4.
Brock's like.
I guess we'll just do
So,
that.
David, for Dimglow, the entry corridor, the main bit, and those 2 rooms you just searched, that's a scene.
Okay, so I'm going to withdraw one of my energy cells.
I'm gonna give you an action point to roll 2 extra dice. If Dimglow wants to give me a help on trying this door again, that'd probably be alright. But
Oh, you nailed it.
He isn't helping. He really wants to make sure that nothing ambushes us from behind.
Yeah, I understand that.
sounds good.
Bear
barely
with me.
snuck it through.
I borrow your lantern and keep it with me. I'm kind of like, I'm gonna borrow the lantern.
Okay, bear with me a second, just catching myself up. The doors are barred from within and deeply scratched, and streaks of dried blood can be seen leading beneath the door. Gaining entry requires a Strength Athletics 4 test, which you've done. Okay. A thick layer of dust has settled over everything within. The entrance doors open to a small reception lobby, beyond which extends a hallway lined on both sides by several evenly spaced doors. At the end of the hall is another door which leads to a large office. Let me reveal some map.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't see anything yet. Medical wing.
The medical wing.
Ooh. Hey,
Do you know what?
I yell over
Do you know what,
to
guys?
Chloe.
I'm sorry, that's my bad. I didn't reveal that bit of map, did I? See, there is also a door there.
Yeah, that was the corridor that Dimglow was watching
Yeah.
to make sure that nothing
Yeah.
attacks us from behind.
Yeah, okay. Just so you're aware, there is a door at the end of that one.
Yeah, we'll check that after we get this.
You quickly notice, the ones that go inside, you'll quickly notice smeared blood and disturbed dust all over the lobby, and a trail of somewhat fresh blood leading down the hall and into one of the doors.
I look over at Dimglow. Hey, Dimglow, we need you in here.
Absolutely. Watch the
He
back.
points at.
as
He
walks.
well, I was like, look at the flow of blood. He's gonna keep it like standing right about here.
Leads to
Someone
that.
comes in.
Leads to that one there. So see these 6 little rooms. They all have a door in the middle. It's just not drawn on, but they all have a door in the middle, and that's where the blood leads to.
Do they have like windows, or are they completely?
Yeah, that's what I was
sealed?
wondering. Like the little glass doors, like glass
Yeah.
windows. And stuff.
Yeah. There's a little glass window in the door, and you see someone inside, who appears to be not moving, with their eyes closed, leaning against the wall, covered in blood. They're as you're looking, you see that they are surrounded by hastily torn bandage wrappings and an empty medic syringe.
Can I open up the door?
You can open the door.
I open the door and I take a step forwards. Is he still breathing, or she still breathing?
She is still breathing.
I immediately, even though I'm in my power armor, take a knee and try to give her a medical assistance roll.
Okay. It is apparent that her self-administered first aid had been insufficient. Give me an intelligence medicine 2 test to stabilize her.
Yeah, intelligence medicine, perfect.
Or you may
1 second.
administer. Well, we'll see if you succeed on this or not first, actually.
I'm going to buy 1d20 as well for this.
Okay.
What about that perk thing we were talking about? Is that applicable
Oh,
here?
yes,
This would be applicable here.
Oh, I see.
Oh, no, I rolled medicine perception, sorry.
Okay.
Just notice.
Roll medicine intelligence. I'll let you away with that
Yeah.
one. That was some roll.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's
That's better.
I
better.
like it.
Yeah.
That stabilizes her. She's still unconscious, but her breathing, like the regular, it becomes more regular. It kind of pattern kind of flattens out, and she's not wincing so badly with pain. You seem to get her into a. Do you rest her on the bed? Because she's just like standing, leaning against the wall.
Well,
Probably the best idea.
yeah, I heave her up with my power armor and I place her in the bed. And does she have like a name tag of these archivists that
Yes,
all the other
she
ones had?
does.
Okay.
Well, she has an ID. It's not on a name tag, but she has an
Yeah, an
ID on
ID.
her. Are you going to look at it?
Well, I take a look at it.
It says Clara.
Clara. That's
Yeah.
one from the medical journal, I believe.
As you heave her up onto the power armor and lay her down onto the bed, she suddenly wakes up. She's very confused, but
Have no fear.
she's like, what's going on? Who are you? What are you doing? Who are you?
I am Deacon Dimglow, and you may pray and praise Atom that I have saved your life.
Who the hell is Atom? What are you talking about?
And I give her one of my pamphlets.
Okay.
Not the pamphlet.
Hey, you gotta pass on your knowledge somehow.
Give me a charisma
Rock
speech
from
2
outside
test.
the door.
Yeah.
Charisma
Rock from
speech
outside
too?
the door goes, "Where do you keep the ice cream?"
Yeah, give me
Christmas speech too.
Give me charisma speech 2, or you can calm her down narratively without a test. You did mention saving her life. Okay.
Yeah. I mentioned saving her life, yeah.
You mentioned
and
anything
to
else?
calm her down, I reach for the medical magazine. This is yours, yes.
Ah. She says, "Oh yes, yes, thank you," and she tucks it away into a pack she's got.
Rock is going to assist by offering her ice cream
She goes, "Oh,
from the freezer.
a super mutant! Is he with you, Dimglow? It's a super mutant."
Yes, he is one of our companions. We are making sure that we purge this place of any dangers that might be here.
Okay. Are you not going to ask her who she is or ask her any questions?
Well, I'm trying to calm her down first before we do that.
Okay.
Do you want me to attempt a calm check? Because I have charisma.
Well, I gave her a magazine.
You've gave her that, and you gave me a. Oh, that was the medicine test. Yeah, you've gave her her journal. That is enough to calm her down, and she begins to trust you. She did see a super mutant and kind of shit herself for a little minute, but when you say that he's with you, she calms down again.
Well, Dimglow looks over at her and he's like, "What brought you to this forsaken place?"
We came here to clear out all the monsters and look for tech, books, and records and whatever we could find. Akasha found a lead on something called Project Hydra and made up her mind to keep going. She didn't get a chance to tell me what it was, but it must be pretty damned important for her to risk everyone's lives.
Mm-hmm. We still have the tags of her fallen companions, right?
Yes, you do.
I suppose we also gather those and give them to her, right? If everyone else agrees.
I'm fine with that. Don't bother me. You're the one that's holding the information anyways.
Yeah. I'm giving her the text. We found these upon your compatriots. They are with Atom now, though they have not been divided.
And do you hand over Whitlock's ID as well?
Is that the one that opened the door for us?
Yeah, Whitlock was the ghoul on the roof.
Well, I suppose we do need a key card to continue going, so we aren't giving that one, I think.
Whitlock was the one that had the note. Now, let me just remind myself of the note and exactly what it mentions.
Well, you can always talk to her that if we can use
so Whitlock's
it to the rest
note.
of the area, you can always give it to
She
her
doesn't
later.
need that guy's
Yeah,
card.
that's just that. Okay. It was Whitlock's journal. That was the one. Bear with me. So Warden Akasha had assembled us for a mission. So that mentions another Warden. And she's just mentioned Akasha. I'm just trying to see what's in. Okay. So that's all in your journal anyway, if you want to remind yourselves. But she mentioned Akasha coming here on a mission to clear out all the stuff. And when you hand over Whitlock's ID, did you say you handed it over? Sorry.
If it's just an idea and it isn't like going to prevent us from entering areas.
No, in fact, that's his journal. You've not got his ID. You've got his journal.
Okay.
Was he wearing his ID? Bear with me a second.
I can't remember.
I don't
No,
remember
we
either,
found
but
his
I can
journal.
check.
We found at least something to open.
He
the
definitely
door
got his journal, but I'm just wondering if he's got a.
Warden Whitlock's journal, yeah.
Yeah,
we got that.
you've got his journal, but I don't know if he had an ID as well, like hers.
Well, we
No.
found something to open the door, though. Whatever that was.
You did.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be of the archivist. That might be of one of the scientists.
Just to
right?
remind you one thing. When he died, when Whitlock died, he said, "The voice, it's gone. Thank you. Stop. Akasha, prevent Hydra."
Mm-hmm.
So he mentioned Akasha as well. And she just mentioned that she was here on a mission with Akasha. When she sees Whitlock's journal, she'll be like, and so what happened to Whitlock? Was he...
As I said,
Brock smash.
sadly he
Brock
was not divided.
So
Divided by Brock.
when you say that,
I have.
when you say that, her face will soften slightly. And it's clear that the news affects her. And she'll say, "He was one of our best." At least that's what Akasha says. They were friends. Go way back, those two. Sounds like his luck was even worse than mine. And she gazes pensively down at her injuries. He was a good person, and he trusted Akasha. Look what it got him. Oh, and she says, "Have you seen her, Akasha? I mean, if her body's not out in the hall, maybe she got away." And she's asking if you've seen Akasha.
Has he gone deeper into this Vale temple?
And
We haven't.
are you going to look for her?
Well, if she is further down this fall temple, we will probably run into her.
Will
you be safe here?
No, I'll take me with you. I want to find Akasha. Will you take me with you?
I look down the hallway to those guys. I think she's safer here, honestly. So we clear
Is she?
this place out.
Please, don't leave me here. Please, take me with you.
I would say we take her along. These beasts tend to hunt down lone targets.
Don't leave me alone.
Yeah.
Please, don't.
Yeah, well, but that's a giant metal door.
And Dimglow offers her a hand to stand up.
Thank you, thank you, brother. Deacon Dimglow, thank you. And she gets up. Please take me with you. Let me help you find you. I'll help you find Akasha. Please.
Can
Tell
she
us
use a
more
gun?
about this Akasha.
I mean, we got plenty of them around.
So she'll tell you about Akasha. Akasha was the leader of our group. Akasha left Whitlock and a few others topside and brought the rest of us down here. We must have triggered some kind of lockdown because all the lights went out and the doors slammed shut and those rattle-tailed bastards hit us right after. I think I killed a few before they got me, but... Well, and she raises a bandaged arm weakly and gestures at it with her head. Akasha tried to drag me away while everyone else was fighting. Then she screamed, and I fell. I guess they got her too. I blocked the door the best I could, and then I crawled in here. I don't remember much after that. So Akasha she's the leader of our group.
He's the leader of this expedition.
Yes.
We'll do our best to find her.
The archivists.
Out of his hands.
Our group's the archivists. We're the archivists. She's the leader of the archivists.
Okay.
Brock kind of rummaged through some of these other rooms during her story that he half paid attention to.
He's like,
Easily
cool story.
distractible.
Need more ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, he wished he had some while she was talking. Give him something else.
Okay, bear with me a sec. Need to find the rest of the information about this room. Sorry, bear with me a second. It's all filled up with her.
No, you're good.
So the medical wing. There's a number of small offices, treatment rooms, and storage closets in the medical wing. Other than the main office, which is that one. These other rooms. Right. Okay. So this is the office. Is the main one. There's nothing else going on in these ones apart from Clara. The office is the other one.
We will inspect the office afterward.
The door leading into the office at the end of the hall is open. 3 skeletons lie huddled together against the wall. One dressed in a ruined lab coat, and the others wear colourful, dry-rotted scrubs. Above them, on the cracked and peeling wall, are a series of 9 tally marks, as if to mark the passage of time. One of the skeletons has fallen to the side, and a scrawled message is still clasped in its bony hand.
Somebody who's not Brock. Somebody who likes to read more than Brock can
I'll grab
skim
it.
that
and
over.
Okay.
I'll pass it to Dimglow.
It depicts a short, heartbreaking letter to the nurse's child, whom she acknowledges she'll never see again. The end of the letter trails off as if she lost consciousness before she could complete it. And I think that's about half time, so we're going to take a half-time break at that, boys.
Sounds great.
We'll continue with the exploration of the medical wing and the scavenging of it and the exploring of it after a wee break. How about that?
Sounds good
Sounds
to me.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Twitch, we'll see you
Cruising
in
along.
about 13 to 15 minutes. See you soon.
Ready.
Welcome back for part 2 of session 6 of Secrets of the Verdant Vale. So you're in the medical wing. You have recovered Warden Clara. Now, when you're exploring in the medical wing, she'll notice that there is this thing here is an auto dock, and it seems to be switched on. And she goes, you don't mind if I just lie down here for a minute, do you?
I look at everybody. I'm like, that should be fine.
Hold on one moment. And Dimglow walks over to the auto dock, and I want to do a science check to make sure that there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Okay, give me a science check. Intelligence science.
What's the difficulty?
There is no difficulty. I'm just going to tell you some information.
There we go.
So with one success, you're fairly confident that there's nothing wrong with it, and it is working. It's an auto dock, and it's working. Now, the auto dock, I've got a little bit of spiel to read about an auto dock to you, actually. Few advancements in pre-war medical technology can compare to the auto dock. These wondrous devices are capable of performing numerous complex medical procedures, including surgeries that many wasteland physicians wouldn't dare attempt themselves. They are an exceedingly rare treasure in the blasted landscape of post-war America. An auto dock may be used during an overnight rest. Oh, it's an overnight rest. Okay, she'll maybe not lie in it, but to assist injured characters during their recovery. It may assist up to 2 characters when they make an endurance and survival test to heal injuries or recover from diseases, and its assist die always counts as a 1. However, they are prone to mechanical failure at the GM's discretion, and they may break down, requiring expensive repairs or replacement parts to be found. It's a rarity of 6. Well, it says 6, but I believe that the max rarity is 5, and a weight of 150.
Huh. Brock can lift that.
That's the auto dock. So it can be used, and also it's worth noting that this medical wing can be used to rest, and you can utilize the auto dock in your resting here to get maximum benefits. So this medical wing, you haven't done the scavenge for it yet, but this could be used as a resting place. This could be a site to rest. There are some things to be scavenged. If anybody wants to scavenge, if you want to look around.
I will.
I'll assist anyone who does.
Perception Medicine 1 or Perception Science 1. Perception Medicine 1 or Perception Science 1. So, who's got a decent Perception Medicine or a decent Perception Science?
Well, I've got a decent
You've got science
or medicine, but I haven't got a decent perception. But what's the difficulty?
1.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna do it. And I'm going to wear my lab coat, which allows me a reroll right on science.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he gets out of the big armor.
That is true.
Yeah, he gets out of his
Puts
big
it on.
armor, put on the stuff.
Yeah, gets out.
Yeah, you're climbing out of the armor and getting into the lab coat.
So that's perception science.
Perception
Oh,
Science
perception.
1. And people may assist.
It's
So you
gonna
can-
be perception medicine anyway.
Or
but-
Perception
always-
Medicine.
Ooh.
A
I
20
am going
and a
to
1.
use that lab coat
How fun.
to reroll that
You're
one.
going to reroll
Yeah,
20
use
in
that
the lab
lab
coat.
coat.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
20 and a 1. We love you too, roll 20.
Go.
19.
Well,
Okay.
better than 20.
Yeah.
With your 2 successes, you gain 1 action point. You find, you're going to love this, you'll be glad you succeeded that. You find a super stim pack.
Ooh.
Okay.
Somebody taking a note of this?
Anyone needs that?
I don't need it immediately.
Is somebody
Who
noting
wants
this
it?
down?
Because I can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right, you
Okay,
you got
great.
the loot list, Max. Okay, 6 units
Yeah.
of anti-venom.
It's considering amount of anti-venom.
I am going to add the anti-venom to my inventory because
Okay.
I might be able to use it in a first aid action as well, right?
Okay. 10 combat dice of junk.
All right, somebody want to roll that?
Max is
I got
doing
that
the
one.
notes, so somebody else do the rolls.
I'm on it.
So 8 junk. 1 action point may be spent for a roll on the chems table up to 4 times, and 2 action points may be spent to find an issue of the magazine Live and Love, Lifelong Best Friends.
We currently only have 1.
Would you like to spend an action point for a roll on the chems table?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We like chems.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Chems are
Yeah,
good.
we like chems.
We
chems are
have an
good.
action point still.
Say yes
so.
to chems, kids. Okay, give me a chems
yes to
table
chems.
roll.
Hell yeah.
A 3.
Chems, a 3 is a Camex.
Ooh.
You find 1 Camex. Also, you find the Mark
Nice.
III Auto Dock regardless of success, and the recipe for anti-venom.
Okay. I would like to store that.
Okay.
Alright, I say put it on your character sheet. There you go.
And I go back into my power armor after doing all that.
Well, okay. The office also contains several unlocked filing cabinets which can be examined by the PCs.
I'll start looting around, see what it is.
Okay. There's on-site injury reports predominantly related to Project Chimera. Hundreds of cases of venomous bites and maulings are present, as well as a startling number of deaths. All of these are marked confidential, not for official reporting. One drawer is locked. Requires Perception Lockpick 2 or Strength Athletics 3 to open, or a luck point
Hey,
to
Brock,
find
you
the
might-
key nearby.
Yeah.
Also guys,
Yeah.
there is an easy spend a luck point to find the key as well option if you want. That's there.
I think Brock wants to.
We're gonna rip him down and try to get some action points back.
Okay, so it's Strength
Um,
Athletics 3.
Yeah, I'm going to
You can assist that as well.
give you 3 action points
Ooh.
to roll 2 extra dice.
I think that's the first time you gave me any tonight, isn't it?
I think I gave
yeah.
you 1 before.
Did you? I never added it.
I needed 1 more the last time I rolled 4 of these.
Don't think I've rolled a dice tonight, have I?
No, I don't think you did
You
yet.
rolled
Don't
it.
think I
Yeah, you
did.
haven't rolled anything.
That's 4
Um,
successes. You needed, what did I say, 3? Yeah, 3. So you get an action point.
Just right now.
Okay, so this
It's
drawer,
like, Brock got this.
there's a drawer, sorry, not a locker. The drawer contains a great deal of confidential information, most of which is useless. However, one folder is particularly thick, and you may recognise the name Zara Hall. Does anybody look in it?
I handed over to Brother Dinglow. He would know better than me.
Oh.
What was the name?
It's there's a particularly thick medical folder, and it's the medical history of Zara Hall.
I think I'm going to just put that in my inventory for now.
You're not looking in it.
Well, I'm flipping through it, but hold on. I have
Flipping through
the
it. Okay.
I don't know
meeting
this
notes.
person's name off the top of my head. Where were they from?
Zara Holt.
Zara Hall, Hall.
Hall. Well, I
d-
don't find anything about her in the Gaia meeting notes.
Well, if you're flicking through the notes there, it says her medical history is exhaustive and contains numerous consent forms, several references to Project Phoenix, and dozens of pages of complex
Okay.
medical monitoring data. Do you possess a medicine score of 5 or more?
No, it's a 4.
No. Okay.
Brock can't.
Okay.
He definitely doesn't.
There's a bunch of stuff you don't quite understand because you don't have a medical score of 5+, and then at the end, it seems that she lost all brain function and was declared legally dead at 10:32 hours on October 21st, 2077 by a Dr. Matthew Hubble. I've got the stats for anti-venom, and I've got the recipe for anti-venom here as well, so let me make another handout for you. Did I not have
Okay,
this?
great.
I may have already done this. Bear with me a second. I may have already done this. Yeah, I have. So I just need to edit and let you see it.
Okay.
Bear with me
I
a
heard we
second,
got-
boys.
Lifelong Best Friends magazine, right? Well, he
Did.
was doing
Did.
loot. Did I hear that correctly? Lifelong
Yes.
Best Friends is really good. It gives the entire party +1 hit points for
Oh.
one person reading it.
Oh wow, that's
And
pretty
if
good.
you learn it as the perk, just everybody gets it all the time. So
There you go. Stick that in somebody's inventory. That's pretty sweet. So, anti-venom.
Yeah, that's like that.
I have added the. I've added you all to the thing. Let me just put it in the same folder. Bear with me a second. It is now in the same folder. Anti-venom. That's anti-venom and the recipe. David, do you want me to share the samples information with the other players yet?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you now should all see that as well. That's the samples that Dimglow picked up in the sample room. You see those? In the journal?
Yes.
In the Verdant Vale section under info?
yeah,
Sweet. Sweet. That gentleman was the medical wing.
Yes.
All right. I say we check out that spooky hallway.
Well, we head to the south.
Which one, this one?
yeah.
Or
the
this one?
spooky all the way over here.
Yep.
Let's jive, turkeys.
Okay, so let me skip back a bit in the PDF because that's a previous one. You've skipped forward a couple of in the PDF and in my order. Bear with me a second.
We screwed
Be
up
like
the
that.
system.
No,
We
you've not screwed up the system. It's all good.
So what happens when we go from 3 to 5?
Yeah, you did go from 3 to 5. It doesn't screw with the system though. It's all good. I just need to
Yeah.
find the right sections in my notes and in the PDF. Bear with me a second.
There's a lot of notes here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on.
Controller's terminal. Might be something over there.
So this is, you'll see. I'll put the sign up first. The cybergenetics wing. Okay, outside the ramp leading to cybergenetics. So this is a ramp. Are you heading down the hallway? Well, I guess this whole thing would be the ramp. So, outside the ramp leading to cybergenetics, you discover widespread evidence of a battle. Empty bullet casings and spent fusion cells litter the hall, and blood is spattered in great volume on the floor. Several more dead creatures, identical to those encountered before, lie motionless, shot or hewn with trained skill. Another dead warden is spotted lying on his back atop a pile of rubble. His warden duster is ripped to shreds and his abdomen has been torn open, its contents cruelly strewn upon the rubble nearby. Warden Clara will be very upset at this sight, and I need to bring her with you because you said she could come with you. Well, she won't see that right away because she's at the back.
Yeah, I kind of look at her and I'm like, like, I like look over to Happy. Hey, is there anything on the body?
Oh,
I checked the body.
you do check the body, right? Okay. Okay, so it's not on the body. This body's been ripped to bits. Its coat that's where it's ripped to bits. So you may find some stuff, but maybe not directly on the body. Make me a perception survival 2 test. Have you got a light source?
Okay.
Dim glow does.
Yeah, Dim Glow's carrying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I have the
Yeah.
lantern.
Okay.
I'm kind of like right here.
Perception survival
Okay.
2 then.
All right.
Oh, there's my character sheet.
Yep.
Perception.
I'm gonna spend an AP for next to dice.
I'm gonna roll to assist.
Okay, well you needed 2, so well done. You may roll assists also. You find another archivist ID, so this would be the warden that you found. It's his ID. It's away from the body by quite a distance. It's been torn away from his body. And it says Bart McCarthy. That's Bart like Simpson, McCarthy. That's another 2 action points. And wealth 1, so 1d20 caps.
It was 120 caps?
1d20 caps.
Yeah, this. Yeah.
Oh, 1d20 caps. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
3 caps. And 1 submachine gun with 8 plus 4 combat dice of 45 rounds. So 45's handy because I think 1 or 2 of you at least have combat rifles. Roll me 4 combat dice.
I do.
Yep, I do. I got combat rifle.
I also have combat rifle.
So you find 10 45 rounds with a submachine gun.
Let me see how much I got before I worry about it.
Oh yeah, actually that's probably a good idea.
No, you can have it, dude. I got 78. You can take it.
It says I have 8, so that's great actually.
Okay, and there's a submachine gun. Submachine gun to add to the inventory. So somebody don't forget to add a machine gun.
I did that. I'm gonna do it.
Also, somebody should be adding these archivist IDs to an inventory. I don't know if you have been previously, but that's the one you just found. Bart McCarthy.
Well, aren't we giving them all to our new addition?
Are you going to give it to her?
I forgot her name.
Clara. Warden Clara.
Clara. Yeah, Clara.
They are the archivists. That's the faction name, but they call themselves wardens. She's Warden Clara. The path to cybernetics is a downward sloping corridor leading away from the main hall. It terminates 1 level lower at a sliding security door, above which is written cybernetics in bold white letters. Security card reader is mounted on the wall beside the door.
Does that other thing we use to get in here work here?
You gonna try it?
Yeah, I slip around Brock and kind of smack it real quick and get behind him.
You run round Brock, and then run behind him again. Okay. If they use, so the security door can be opened with any key card previously found within genetic. So if they use key card, the door rises upward slowly and stops roughly 20 inches above the floor. And as it opens, air is drawn loudly from the hall with a rush.
And Grim, stay behind.
And the sound of toppling items and breaking glass is heard from within. It would appear that the room was a vacuum chamber, and that opening the door has repressurized it. The door is only open so. It is accessible with a bit of crawling. Might be a struggle for Brock, or you can attempt to open the door further with a Strength Athletics 4 test.
Say we force
Brock, you want to
open.
attempt it? Brock's like, I have my uniform.
I mean, Brock. That's what Brock came to do.
The 2 big boys.
I'm gonna again give you an action point and so that I can roll 4 dice.
Very good.
And you
This
got
time,
5
Nimbo
successes.
will give an assist.
So you get them 1 action point
Strength
already.
athletics, right?
Strength Athletics. Brock's fave.
And it's gonna be an assist, so I need 1 AP. Strength athletics. There we go.
Nope.
Somehow
Well,
I'm not doing a lot with my strength these days.
Still, Brock's got more than enough by himself. So you gain an action point. And
Okay.
let me find something.
I would have put us to 1. I already got it.
So you get
I
the door
already had it.
open.
Alright.
The room is dark. The only illumination within is the pale, ominous red gleam of scattered emergency lighting. A robotic voice stutters briefly overhead with incomprehensible words laden with static. The ward is long and narrow, no more than 30 feet from wall to wall in width, but stretches far and out of sight into the darkness ahead. So let me represent that by revealing some map for you. A multitude of scientific implements can be seen, and the floor is littered with broken glass and tools. As you move cautiously forward... Thank you, Brock. A desiccated corpse emerges from the gloom, staring up at you with black, eyeless sockets. A withered arm is outstretched toward the door, while the other clutches its chest.
Rock just yells, "Boo!" and smashes it.
Okay.
Boo!
It goes flying against the wall. Okay. Now bear with me a minute. Okay. Okay, so you may move your tokens slowly around while I explain the cybergenetics wing. So the cybergenetics is a rectangular wing comprising numerous workstations of advanced nature, industrial power tools, computer terminals, sensitive electronics equipment, and faded schematics fill the room, which is in disarray following its rapid depressurization. The far wall is split into two separate rooms. You've got... Well, Dimglow didn't come in with this light yet. I did now, okay.
Now he is.
The far wall is split into two separate rooms. One for the director and another for maintenance. And there's a closed door labelled Robotic Systems. Bear with me a moment, I'm going to reveal some map for you.
Yeah, I look at everybody. I'm like, Ooh. I said that we look around this area first before we going on through.
The cybergenetics wing contains sufficient tooling and equipment to serve as both a weapons workbench and an armor workbench, as long as you reactivate the power. The workbenches are in the center of the main room.
Okay.
The GM may
And
allow
where's
time
the
for the
power?
PCs to rest, break down junk, or craft.
I mean, we got a lot of junk to break down.
We have an amount of junk to break down. It's not a lot, but it's some. Oh, we wanted some mods on some things that are kind of easy. Maybe not right this second, but
Yeah.
I think we're gonna keep poking around for now,
Okay.
especially because
Yeah,
we gotta get the power on anyway.
Pause your token just a little further back than that, Jeff, as you're
Sure.
poking around. Thank you. Okay. The red emergency lights begin to flicker, and a low hum is heard from beyond the walls. Without warning, the entrance slams shut, and the robotic voice is heard again. Amid its garbled mechanical static, you hear the following words: emergency, fire, activated. Suddenly, vents open along thick metal pipes running the length of the room. A shrill whistling sound is heard, and dust and small bits of debris are drawn rapidly into the open vents. You feel a heaviness settle upon you as the very air of your lungs is drawn away.
Oh shit.
We are doing the encounter oxygen depletion.
Well, the moment this happens, Dimglow is going to investigate the 3 doors at the bottom to look for any kind of console or computer where I could deactivate the security system.
Okay, thank you. Hold that thought. During this encounter, each non-robot PC is going to roll an Endurance Survival 3 test with a complication range of 19 to 20. And failure will inflict 1 fatigue upon the PC and will then increase the complication range of future Endurance and Survival tests by +1 to a maximum of 16 to 20. Complications can include, but are not limited to, dropped items, blurring and darkening vision, loss of direction, and increased difficulty of other skill tests made during the encounter. If you reach 3 fatigue, you will pass out, suffer 1 injury, and begin dying. Blah 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 blah. At the end of it, okay. So there's a little bit about turn management and action economy as well. Bear with me a second. Sorry, I knew this was going to be a nightmare, so I'm double studying it. Okay, in order to survive, you must act quickly or you will asphyxiate. Robots and characters wearing full unbroken power armor are immune to this effect. Although they must. Although they must also act quickly if they wish to save their friends. I knew there was something there that I had to read about the power armor. So you are actually immune. GM should not give the players a list of solutions, but instead allow them to frantically search for one as their characters slowly suffocate. Have fun, gentlemen.
You said this is a cybernetics kind of room, right?
Yep, cybergenetics.
Okay, is there anything like a breather mask around? Because sometimes when they're working around, it gives them like something to breathe in. I don't know if they would have something like that in here.
Like a mask, a respirator.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know how much it would help you from a vacuum thing, but you can look and see if there's some kind of equipment thing that might help. Rock wants to write a be about mashing some security consoles or something. Rock needs to find the source of this and just smash it until it stops.
Is this a computer on the ground over here?
That is
I think it's a terminal to open that door, maybe.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Everybody can
move towards the terminal.
Okay, so you're moving towards the terminal. You said you were looking around for a mask or a respirator system, Turok. We'll deal with that in a second.
That has an oxygen tank at all.
Brock, what are you doing? Going for that door?
Yeah, Brock's gonna check on some other doors while Dim Glow is checking this monitor.
And what's Happy gonna do?
I guess he's just gonna smash this door in.
I've got your initiative order up here. You guys probably won't see it. We'll probably need to start again. Let me delete them. Everybody put their initiative up.
Yeah, okay.
And then we'll do things in order. Okay, so Turok, you're going first. I want you to make the test first. So that
I want to use my luck of the draw.
You want to use your luck of the draw to go first? Okay, so you spend a luck point, and you will go before Turok. Okay,
I'm going to try and unlock this computer.
First, you must make the Endurance Survival 3 test with a complication range of 19 to 20.
I have the power armor on.
Oh, you have the power armor. You don't have to. Yeah, okay. So you're gonna do. You're doing what? You're gonna attempt to access that terminal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, hang on. The terminal outside.
And this time I'm not going to pop on my lab coats because I'll die.
The terminal beside the director's office will require an Intelligence Science 2 to hack.
How many AP do we still have?
I think we have
one. If you need to buy some of them, buy some of them.
Yeah.
I'll drag them down.
If I buy them, do I have to spend them all immediately?
You can only buy them for extra dice, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to buy 2 AP in that case.
Okay. Oh, I've got 19.
Okay.
Still not roll the dice, and I'm just gaining action points, saving them up to kill Brock.
There we go.
He wants the revenge.
No revenge, it's just about fucking killing
4.
him. 4 successes. Okay, so you gain 2 action
We
points.
get to keep playing until Brock dies.
Yep. You gain 2 action points. And you gain access to the director's office. which contains an
Do I see
anti-ox.
something in?
Yeah, which contains an anti-ox fire suppression system, which is a large machine mounted to the wall nearby. And I'll give you a little bit more because we are doing this in a turn order, so it's only a few seconds each. Its diagnostics indicate it was last activated on the 23rd of October 2077. Very famous date. The controls do not respond to commands, however, and indicate a connection error. The conduit leading to the system, so a cable system, looks like it's been chewed through. In fact, you can tell it's been chewed through by a Night Stalker because its blackened husk is wedged into the crawl space near the wiring. In order to restore the connection, the conduit must be repaired or replaced. A PC with the jury rigging perk could fix it with 2 major actions. Otherwise, 2 intelligence and repairs 2 tests and 3 rare materials are required. These
We even have rare material.
Sorry?
We got one before, I think.
If
Yeah,
we
we
don't
have one.
rare materials. Okay.
We have 1. We need 2 more.
You can also have a look around this room if you want. What would you like to spend the rest of your turn doing?
Well, Dimglow pretty much after he opened the computer, he just moved into the room. That's his minor action.
Okay, so I'll return to you because you've accessed the major action would be the terminal, the minor action would be going into the room. I'll return to you in a moment. Turok, it's your turn. You can make the test first. So that's Endurance Survival 3 with a complication range of 19 to 20. Oh, hang on a second. You did get a complication, Dimglow. So...
Oh, even for the science test? Because I still have the stuff on.
Oh,
right?
that was the science test. Sorry,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You're not making the endurance
Yeah.
test. My apologies, David, my apologies.
No,
That's a
okay.
different test, yeah. Max, you've got the Endurance Survival 3 test.
Oh boy.
Nobody can assist, but you can spend action points as per normal.
Okay.
Suggest you pass this
What's
test.
it's a difficulty? It's a difficulty 3, is it?
3.
And survival. Well, at least I got 4 points in its attack skill. Yay! We have like what? No AP? Or no?
We have 2.
2.
Let's see, that's 2. I'll buy 2 from you. So
Okay.
they'll take that 2 and you get 1. So that gives me 2.
You can't buy 2 for extra dice. You've already got 2. It will cost you 1 to roll 2 extra dice. So you'll need to buy 1. Unless you want to roll more dice. And then you have to buy 4. You can buy 1 or 4.
No. I'll buy 1.
Okay. 20, boys. 3 successes! You do not take a point of fatigue.
Alright.
Okay,
Woo.
and
Alright, so what?
and you're looking around the room?
Yeah, so what I do is my minor action. I have a water bottle. So I'm gonna dip it in a rag and stick it in my face.
You're gonna... Right, okay. Now, this isn't... Right, okay, so, just to be clear, this isn't poison or poisonous gas or something
Poison.
choking you, asphyxiating you. It's the air's being sucked out of the room. That's not gonna help. At all. The air's being sucked out of the room, you just can't get anything to go in your lungs. You're like...
Mm,
You can't even breathe.
Can I look around? See. Can I look around to see if there's a like? Can I use a luck point to say there's maybe some kind of air tank, like a oxygen tank, some about?
Bear with me a second. No. No. You can't.
No, that's why.
Okay,
Okay.
but you may... hang on, because I'm seeing what they're scavenging in this room, because you are spending the time looking around the room, so let me see if you can find anything here. Make me a perception repair test, or a perception science test 2. And I'll let you find one of the items from this. You'll have to spend another turn doing it, because normally scavenging is 10 minutes. I'm just letting you do a quick look around to see what you can find.
Okay. So you say like perception, repair.
Perception repair or perception science 2.
All right. So I have perception repair, and I'm gonna use. Alright, so I use one of those. I'm gonna use another AP to give me a dice.
Okay. You got 2 successes, so I'll let you find the first item on this list only, because we're not in scavenge turns. We're in round action rounds. So you can find 10 combat dice of junk.
Okay.
So give me 10 combat dice. So you find 8 junk and 2 robot repair kits. You find both of those with your 1 find.
Ooh.
So 2 robot repair kits and 8 junk. Moving on to Brock. What's Brock doing?
Oh, I think he's muted.
Gotta do my check first.
You're on mute, sir. You have to do the check first, yeah, the endurance survival test. Sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 3 AP. It looks like to roll 2 extra dice.
Okay, stacking up now. That's 2 successes. Would you like to spend a luck to get the third that you need?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that.
You need 3 successes here, or you're going to take 1 fatigue. Ho ho ho!
Yeah,
okay, so you may attempt to do something else this turn as well.
Now I want to try to get this door open and see if there's any.
So that door, right? Bear
anything
with me a
helpful in
second.
there.
It's locked. And the only thing that will open it is this terminal.
And Rock, I think, is going to use the rest of his turn to take some buff out. Get
some buff out.
Reroll for the rest of the scene.
Nice.
Some trucks.
Nice. Say yes to chems, kids.
Say yes to chems.
I love it. I love it. Okay, that'll be your turn then. So, Turok. Back to you. No. Happy, sorry, Matthew.
Happy, yeah.
Happy. What's Happy doing? Apart from choking to death.
Yeah, mostly dying. Okay, so let's see. First, I'll do my it's endurance survival.
Endurance survival, sorry, yeah, roll that first. 3 successes required.
Gotcha. Yeah, oh, I'm definitely gonna be buying dice because I do not have a lot of.
Would you like to buy? Would you like a full spend for a full send, Matthew? Can I interest you in 6?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're gonna. I think you're definitely
29
gonna.
for me. Love to see it. Love
Yeah,
to
having
see
to
it.
suffer through those.
Love to see it.
Where is survival? Okay, so endurance survival. There we go. So with full send.
We roll a lot of
5 to
endurance
20.
survivals in this game, but never has it meant more, boys, eh? It's a fun one. Oh. Would you like to do anything about that? With your refreshed luck from
I
a
am
level
going
up.
to. I'm going to use my daring nature because I bought dice to roll 1, and then we'll use the luck to do another one.
Right, okay. So you do the daring nature first.
Yes, I'll do daring nature first. What do I need for this? 7. Ooh. Oh, there it is. All right.
Very nice. So that's 2. You need 1 more. Are you
then
going to
we
use 1 luck, or are you going to play it safe and use more than 1 and re-roll a couple of dice?
I'm going to spend 2 luck.
Ah. An
1.
18
Oh,
and
there's
a 1.
1.
So the 1 counts as 2 successes,
That's
so you'll get an
close.
action point back.
Woo!
So,
All right.
Well done, well done,
God
Matthew.
damn.
So you have avoided
Oh.
asphyxiation for 1 round. What would you like to do with the round?
Let's see. That is a good question. So the doors are all locked. Now he's noticed the thing is damaged. The thing that turns us off.
Yes. That's the
Fire
thing.
suppression?
That's the thing in here.
Can we fix it with our junk?
Well, you don't know anything about it because you're at the other end of the room, but Dimglow is aware that he would need some rare materials to repair it.
Yeah.
Which you haven't found yet. You've got one total.
We got one.
We got one.
You need 3.
I see. Ooh, that's not gonna help right now. Okay. I guess I'm gonna. Is this door locked right here? This one that I'm next to?
That door. Right, hang on a second, mate. 2 seconds, I'll find it. Sorry, bear with me. Oh, sorry. So that is... I made a slight mistake. It's an easy retcon to make. That terminal is for that door. And that terminal there, the first one that you did, that was for this door. So forgive me, Dimglow. Your door was open anyway. That opens this door. So you're going to spend your turn opening the door, and then Happy's going in it.
Exactly.
And in that room is the anti-ox fire suppression system, which is the thing that's switched on, and it's or the thing that won't switch off. It won't switch on. It doesn't respond. So this is the thing that would fix that. Sorry, and you would need either somebody with jury rigging perk can fix it with 2 major actions, or it takes 2 intelligence, repair difficulty, 2 tests, and 3 rare materials. You only have 1 rare material. That would restore the connection and allow you to deactivate the anti-ox system. It's stuck on, so the thing's broken. The thing that controls it is broken. Sorry, it's on, and the thing that controls it is broken. You need to get the control fixed to switch it off.
Gotcha.
And the door where Brock is, how is that closed?
There's also a fusion generator in this room. The fusion core looks to be burnt out, but it would require a strength repair 2 test to remove the old core and clean out the housing, and then you could replace it with a charge fusion core to restore power to this room. And a nearby circuit breaker. And if you could reactivate the circuit breaker, the breaker would be able to be flipped with a major action, which would reset the anti-ox system.
I say do it.
So, I say we should go.
Okay, so that would be next round, because that will be a whole round for you to come down here and for you to find out that information either by looking at the stuff here or finding it out from Dimglow. So we move on to Turok. What are you doing this round? No, do your test first, Turok. Endurance, survival 3. Would you like to buy 5 action points?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yes. Now we're stacking them up, boys. Now we're stacking them up for Oliver. No, that's moving 3. There you go. You can have 3 back. You can have 3 back. So you're free to do something with this round. What would you like to do?
So I'll go into here, right?
Yep.
I see. Dimglow got that one. Seeing him porting that one, and I see the generator. Well, you're talking about the.
Yep. So pulling the fusion core out. The burned out fusion core, pulling that out would be a strength repair 2 test. So you've done a move, you've moved, that's your minor action. If you wanted to attempt to do that, that would be your major. You can do that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so that's strength repair 2. Strength repair 2, that's a fun one.
Well, because I can see that doing that one, because it's your strength, but you're repairing it, you're trying to rip out a piece of
You're using your strength to
certain-
fix
I mean,
something. It makes sense. You are using your strength to repair something. I like how
Okay,
the tests have been really cool like that in this scenario.
So I'm gonna spend those 3 AP to give me 2 dice.
Okay. Oh, it's only 1 success. You need 2. Would you expend some luck?
I'm gonna spend. Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 points of luck.
Okay.
Well, it's like yeah. Okay. Let's see.
It's a test where if you
Two
fail,
more
somebody
to-
else will, or you'll be able to try again if you fail. It's not a thing where it's fucked forever if you fail. It's not one of those.
Yeah, I know.
You are suffocating though, so you might want to do something.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
there you go. That's 2. That's 2. So you can get an action point. So you managed to pull out the burnt out fusion core. Now, replacing it would be a minor action because it would be interacting with an object. So that would only cost you 1 action point to do another minor action. But you don't have a fusion core on you, do you?
No. He doesn't, I believe.
No,
I've
but
been
that's
hoarding
part of Dim Glow.
Dim
Yeah,
Glow
part of
does.
Dim Glow. I look at Dim Glow and I'm pointing at this into there, into there,
Yeah, you're
and I
pointing
throw
at
at
it.
him. I basically throw the empty one at him. Think. Get in here.
Actually, you throw the burnt out one at him. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll get that
Yeah,
hint. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to make you roll a test because it'd be a major action to
Sounds
do a
like
throwing
SpongeBob
test.
when he's in.
It just hits him because it's fun. I love
Yeah.
that, Max.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh my God.
Brock next.
I'm gonna give you 2 AP and roll 4 dice.
Gonna give me 2 and roll 4. I am up to 36, boys.
Hey, there
Oh,
you
there's
go.
your 3. Jeffrey, you
That's
may,
my day.
may
I'll
do
my
something
reroll
without
from
dying this
my buff
round.
out.
Oh, nice. That buff out coming in
Yeah.
clutch.
Buff up.
You didn't need it, but it's extra, so that's an action point. Okay, and you are going to remind me what you're doing. Oh yeah, that you
This
don't know.
door I couldn't get open.
That door is
So,
this terminal.
Brock's not a terminal guy, but
You're
he's
not a
gonna
terminal
come
guy.
in here and see if there's anything else that any
Okay.
non-terminal things that look like they could stop his situation. That's the kind of thing Brock looks for.
Two
He's
minutes,
gonna
seconds.
go
Double
in
check.
here and gaze.
Nah, there's nothing else in the. This is the director's office. You can see that from a sign, but there's nothing else apart from the terminal in there, Brock.
Okay. I think he's gonna end up just failing to find stuff on his turn. Now.
Okay, that's fine. Happy. Make your
I'll
endurance
do
survival
my
3
endurance.
tests. Yeah. You've got 1 action point. Would you like to buy 5?
Yes, actually.
Yes, 41 boys, 41.
Enjoy it.
I'm gonna get enough to kill Brock. Saving up for it. Ooh.
Oh, never gonna reroll that 20.
Ooh, you gonna reroll that? Are you?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll dare nature the 20.
Yeah, daring nature because you bought dice. There you go. That's another. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah,
tagged.
there it is.
It's not tagged, so that's another
That's it.
one. Okay. And what are you doing with your round?
Yeah, so that gives me 3.
I would say you can hold your
Jeez.
action until the flip box is ready. He can run in there, and you can hold your action to run over there and flip it.
You can't
Yeah,
hold.
that's
You
actually a
can't.
good
Nah.
idea. Actually, I'll
You
do
can't.
that.
You can't hold your action when
You
you're
can't do
choking. Nah, not when you're suffocating and you're
Huh?
and dying. You're getting a chance to do something when it's your turn, and that's it. You're not holding your action. Would
Okay.
you like to do anything?
The breaker box is where? Is it in the room I'm in? Or was it in the
Yeah.
room
Let's
last
say it's
season?
this little 4 lines green thing on the wall.
Okay. I guess I'll get ready to flip it.
So you can open
'cause
the
there's not much
box.
else I can really do.
Yeah, you can open the box ready to
Yeah,
flip
I
thing.
was
Well,
saying.
no,
Yeah.
opening the box was opening the breaker box requires perception and lockpick 1. So you could do this. opening the box. It requires perception and lockpick 1 or strength and athletics 2. You'll not be able to flip the break, or flipping the breaker won't work yet because the fusion core's not been replaced, but you can open the box with your turn. So, perception, lockpick 1 or strength athletics 2 would open it.
I think I'm going to do strength athletics because I have more of those than the others.
Okay.
And it's a 2.
2.
Okay, so athletics, it's not tagged. I have 6 strength and 2. How much AP do we have?
You have
Yeah,
1.
probably 1. I'll buy 2.
You're buying 2. Okay. 43, boys. This
I can
is
still use
it.
my daring nature on this one, right? Because I bought dice.
Anytime you buy dice, you can reroll with daring nature.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get a free reroll.
Oh!
It's
All
a
right.
big fail.
I'm going to daring nature.
You don't have the
one.
1920 complication range here though, because it's a different test. It's not your survival one.
Luckily.
Alright, so I'll do daring nature. I'll do daring nature on one of them. That
Okay,
gives me
so that's
1. And then I'll spend a luck. I'll spend 2 more luck points on another 2.
Okay.
There it is.
After
Okay.
5, that's you. Okay, so you managed to rip off the door of the breaker box. Obviously, flipping the breaker now wouldn't do anything because there's still no
Well, at least
power
you
to
can
the
open it
room.
up.
But at least it's open.
Yeah.
Would you like to spend action points and do anything else with your turn?
I don't think there's anything meaningful I can do.
You're choking to death. Right, okay, next. Dim glow.
Okay.
Glow, point.
Well,
What's that?
In my inventory,
happened?
I have 4 fusion cores,
You do.
and I believe I looted one in the Verdant Vale, which had 4 charges in it.
I'm sure you found one with
And I
3
believe
charges
that's-
as well, I think.
3,
I could
yeah.
be wrong.
I'm going to take the weakest one, so the one that's charged the least, and I'm going to insert it into the fusion generator.
Okay, the power comes on. I know it doesn't come on because you didn't flip the breaker yet. Sorry. My bad. The power doesn't come on yet.
No.
But the fusion
I look over and I'm
fusion
like,
core clunks into the machine, fits, and it's ready to go.
can I?
Right.
So, the door of the breaker has been removed. Can I just flip it? What kind of action
So-
would that be?
That, what you just did, would be a minor action. To do that would be another minor action, so you just have to spend 1 action point to do it.
Then I'm gonna spend 1 AP.
Did
for
you
that.
make... Oh, I was going to say, did you make your endurance survival roll? You don't need to make it.
Nope.
Ah,
I'm invincible.
you're invincible. I love it.
Atom protects me.
Atom
No,
protects.
he drew Adam on the chess piece.
So you flipping the breaker?
So yeah, I'm gonna spend an AP and flip the breaker.
Which resets the anti-ox system and ends the encounter. Well done. You survived.
I give Dim Glow the thumbs up, and I'm like, oh.
Your lungs fill with air once more, and you all come out of that one unscathed. Well done.
And Dimglow is completely unaware that his power armor saved his life, and he's like, "See what faith what to Atom does.
He thinks it was
Well,
I
Adam.
can
my
survive
question-
anything."
My
Yeah.
question is, can he pull it out, or is it still just stuck in there? You can't use it anymore.
The fusion core.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Can
could
we
take
pull
that
it
out
back out?
again and switch all the power off again if you want.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
do
no.
that.
Yeah. Okay, I was just
Yeah,
See
checking.
what happens.
I wasted 3 charges, but it's fine.
You've saved everybody's lives by wasting those 3. It's not
Exactly.
wasted 3 charges.
That's worth a lot more than 3 charges.
All right,
Or
well,
is it? I pull it back out. No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
all right, well, let's check over here. There's like, hey, there's another room with a ticker.
Well, that door can only be opened. Well, there's a sign on the door says robotic systems, so you can all see that.
Yeah.
Can only be opened from this terminal. And this terminal, bear with me a second, it needs to be hacked with intelligence science 2.
Well,
It's only accessible if the power has been restored to the cybergenetics wing. So it is now accessible.
So
There you go.
Dimglow gets out of his suit and he puts on the
Put on his lab coat.
And he's gonna be like, "Let's get the show on the road." You just need glasses now.
Dude, because doesn't it help you with like your perception or something with that or something?
No, it's
glasses?
glasses. Do you get a glass? I don't think so. I don't think there's glasses do anything in this.
No, I don't think so either.
Oh man, that would be cool.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, so it's an intelligence science.
Yeah. Intelligence science 2.
Difficult. Okay. Well, I'll just do it.
Oh dear.
And I'm gonna use my lab coat.
Okay. So that rerolls 1.
To reroll 1.
Okay.
That's not enough.
Would you like to spend luck to reroll the other one? That's not enough.
Can I try again, or do I lock out the system if I don't?
You probably don't lock it out unless if you get a complication.
Yeah, you're probably not going to lock it out unless you get a complication, but you probably want to get this
Okay.
open, so you might want to spend a luck. Got a
Okay.
60%
Well,
chance.
I was asking because if he fails, Dimglow can just try again. But nah, I'm not gonna.
I would say you're going to
so...
get locked out for an hour. Just so that it will
Okay,
be, it
in
will
that
be a
case,
pain in the
I'm
ass.
going to use
So it's not
luck
going to be a
point.
case you can just try again straight away. I'll make it a pain in the ass to try it again, eh? There you go.
There we go. And then I get back into my power armor.
Okay. It contains a great deal of technical jargon that is mostly useless to the PCs, but there are some interesting entries. I should now provide you with the Cybergenetics Director's terminal handout. Bear with me a moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Cybergenetics terminal handout. Director terminal. I don't think I've uploaded it. Is this the right one? Hang on a second, boys. I may not have had it ready. It's not a problem if I don't. It'll take me 2 minutes to sort it. Cybernetics Director's terminal. Hang on. Bear with me a minute, boys. I'll find it. What did I say? Cybergenetics Director terminal. Yeah, I've not uploaded that yet. Sorry, boys. Just upload that now.
Are you good?
Take me 1 second. Oh. I thought I'd uploaded that already. Sorry, boys. It's via scanning the PDF. Right, that's done. Let me just drag it right down to the right place now, and then I'll open it up to you. You should now see that in your same journal section.
Hey.
So let's take a moment to read this for ourselves and for the audience. Genetech Incorporated, Cybergenetics Division, Office of the Director of Cybergenetics. Interdepartmental Mail. Sender, Torben Fischinger, Director of Cybergenetics. Recipient, all cybergenetics staff. Team, the anti-ox system is malfunctioning again. I've issued a work order to the manufacturer for its repair, but their technicians won't arrive until next week. If it activates on its own again, just cycle the breaker in the maintenance room, preferably before someone else asphyxiates. We don't need a repeat of last month's incident. On that note, we are currently hiring. If anyone knows a qualified engineer, please forward the resume to HR. And then you've got an inbound mail from sender Emil Porter, Vice President of Operations, to Torben Fischinger, the Director of Cybergenetics. And this is the 21st of April 2077. At great expense, we've acquired a used suit of Westtech T45 power armour. It came straight from the front lines, so it may need some patching up. I've had it delivered to the Robotics Systems Bay. As of now, funding for Project CG19NI has been restored. Find a way to get the interface working and then integrate it into the armour's systems. I will require budget and performance projects on my desk by the 1st of May. Emil Porter, VP of Operations.
Another power armor. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're gonna get out your rugged one. I'm taking a bigger one. It has an interface? What the hell?
Personal entries. You'll find about that in a minute. Personal entries, Torben Fischinger, 22nd of April 2077. Great, another secret project. Mindy's going to kill me. I've already rescheduled our vacation twice this year, but what can I do? It's not like I can just tell the VP no. They've promised Christmas bonuses though, so if I can fix this neural interface problem, I'll be set. Then I can give Mindy the vacation she deserves. 3rd of June 2077. The eggheads at Westtech are brilliant. This armour's unlike anything I've ever seen. It took us over a month to crack it open and decipher its subsystem layout. I have a few ideas on integrating the neural interface, but we'll need to run a few more tests. Runaway plastic legs are one thing, but I wouldn't want to be in the building if a £1,000 bipedal tank went haywire. Personal entries, Torben Fischinger, 15th of October 2077. I've figured it out, unlocking. To think, after all this time, the solution was right in front of me. Even Dr. Boris seemed impressed when I asked him to consult on the viability of a solution like that. The company's filed for a patent, and preliminary tests show a 100% reduction in errant cybergenetic behaviour. I'll install it into the armour once VP Porter approves my new budget request. My god, this is it. This is what real success feels like. By this time next year, I'll have a 4th floor office, and Mindy and I will be sipping top shelf drinks on a private beach in the Bahamas. The director's terminal also unlocks the door to the robotic systems room.
Oh, I want to unlock that and see our prize.
The doors open, revealing a dirty and unkempt workshop. Your eyes are drawn immediately to an astonishing sight. A pristine suit of T45 power armour hanging lifelessly nearby, suspended from the ceiling by chains and bearing the prominent white paint and red helical symbol of Genetitech. Wheeled carts and workbenches surround it, upon which many tools and implements are scattered. The power armour's helmet, half disassembled and connected to a strange-looking device, rests upon a long table in the back of the room. A withered corpse in a stained lab coat rests against the wall beside the table. No signs of a struggle can be seen.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I look
I
at them.
wanna-
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I want to investigate the helmet, because if they did some messing with the helmet, I can always just wear my Raider helmet and replace the rest of the armor.
So the
Like, figure out.
helmet is, like I said, it's half disassembled and connected to a strange-looking device which rests upon a long table in the back of the room. The robotic systems room is
Yeah, I
quite
want to
spacious.
investigate that.
Okay. The robotic system room is quite spacious, and the ruins of a wide industrial elevator can be seen at the back of the room. It has been rendered unusable by many tons of rubble, and the elevator shaft above it has completely collapsed. The rest of the room is populated with a variety of old industrial tools and heavy equipment designed for working with robots and other advanced machinery. The high ceiling contains numerous chains, cables, and electrical systems, all defunct except for a few dim lights, and the dismantled carcass of a Genetitech sentry bot hangs lifelessly from a hydraulic lift in the corner. So there's also the corpse of another one of those Genetitech sentry bots that you encountered earlier. The Genetitech T45 power armor is currently in disrepair and cannot be used though it may be reassembled with an intelligence repair 4 test using the tools in the workshop, which does function as a power armor station. If you wish to integrate the neural interface, you may attempt an intelligence and science 5 test to complete Torbin's work. This requires 4 hours, 3 rare materials, and the science 2 perk. Regardless of whether you succeed, okay, blah, 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 blah. This cybergenetics wing can also be scavenged with Perception and Repair 2 or Perception and Science 2.
Rock will let you nerds search for that. He doesn't know what he's looking for here.
Also, you notice that the body has a crumpled note in his hand.
I'll pick up the note and hand it to Dimglow.
I'm the only one who can read, it seems, and I grab the note.
I've been telling him before.
The
I was like, I know how to repair stuff, but I'm reading, not really.
Happy can read. He probably won't know, but he can read.
The crumpled note in his hand tells of his final days, where he took shelter in this room to hide from the escaped NS-01 subjects. He tried desperately to make the armour work so that he could escape, but he ran out of time. The final scrawlings are delirious and nonsensical, but one word repeats, even in his delirium: Mindy.
Mindy?
Mindy.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
like
That was the name in the
That's his wife.
terminal. Yeah.
Cybergenetics can be scavenged with a Perception Repair 2 or Perception Science 2. So that's the nerds. That you're all together, though. That can be an assisted roll. That can be a group roll.
Rock's just
I'll
not gonna
assist.
help. Oh, he's just off.
So it's gonna be a repair what? Perception, right?
Repair and Perception or Science and Perception 2.
Okay.
I got a repair. I got a repair of 3. My intelligence is not that high.
You can always use your luck to
It's not
replace the
intelligence.
with a luck.
It's not intelligence. It's perception.
Oh no, true.
Oh, okay. That's a 10 for me. So yeah.
Go right ahead. I can assist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will
how much?
also-
How much AP do we have?
You have
Yeah, 0.
0. Big fat 0. You can spend.
Alright,
It's
I'm gonna
extra
buy
dice,
2
though. You
dice
can
for
buy
you.
some. So you're buying 2 dice. So you're buying
gonna
3
buy-
action points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, that gets us part of the way there.
And it was either no. I need to roll a repair perception.
It
or
was-
not a science perception.
It was science perception or repair perception. So you can do your assist on either. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
and,
I'm gonna do a science
and it was difficulty 2. So you've already made it. That is for action points. That's an action point. So
Yep, we need the action points.
I'm going to wrap up the session
see
after
if I-
we've scavenged this room then, boys.
Nope.
And this room will be another scene, David, for Dimglow, okay?
Okay.
So the cybergenetics wing may be scavenged with the test. You've done the test. So it's 10 combat dice of junk. Oh no, you've already done the first one. Max has already done the first part. So
Yes.
the 10 combat dice and the 2 robot repair kits, Turok already found. You now get 2 rolls on the Genetitech underground table. So give me 2d20 twice. A 15 and a 28.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, different.
Oh, shit, did not mean to do that. 15 is Radex.
Okay.
And 28 again is 7 combat dice of junk.
And he goes on to 7.
7 junk. 7 combat dice of junk.
I gotcha. I'll do it. I gotcha.
Okay. 2 junk. 1 luck point may be spent to find a deluxe toolkit. So if anybody would like a deluxe toolkit, you may spend 1 luck point to find it. First come, first served.
I mean,
I
collectively between all of us, we definitely want it.
Yeah.
I think you
I
definitely
don't know
want
who
it.
wants to physically take it or
I
spend
mean-
the luck, but
Doesn't Happy have a lot of luck?
I do. Oh, I have 2 more left. I spent 4 trying to not choke to death.
I'll spend a luck then. I have 5 right now.
Okay. 1 action point may also be spent to gain a role in the pre-war baubles table, so that's cool, like kitschy stuff from the pre-war. It's not mechanically cool stuff, it's like flavor cool stuff.
Cool with my deluxe toolkit.
And
Somebody else's deluxe toolkit.
I'll make a handout for it later, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of information about that neural interface power armor mod. Should you want to later do it, I don't think any of you have science 2. It is required science 2, but it's an advanced power armor
I
mod.
have science 4.
Oh, you no.
You mean
Perk
the perk
science 2.
science?
Sorry.
Or the perk,
Yeah.
yeah.
Perk science 2.
Yeah.
So an advanced power armor mod which is designed to link directly to the wearer's brain via genetics gene locking technology and allows the armor to be used while injured, paralyzed, or even in the absence of limbs. While the armor is powered, if you possess any injuries to your limbs which would normally inhibit movement or motor function, you ignore the effects of those injuries. So you can ignore the movement penalties and stuff from your... You can still use your arms like they're uninjured. You can still use your legs like they're uninjured when they're injured.
Jeez.
And this,
I mean,
and this is
technically,
all,
somebody could use.
and this is all through the neural interface mod in the head. You only have to mod the head of the armor. It's worth 125, and it requires Science 2 perk to do, and it's done on the Science skill. I'll make a handout for that in between sessions, but we're going to wrap this one up anyway.
Well,
This rate,
Yeah.
Dimglow will become the son of Atom instead of the last son of Atom.
but you know what it is that you have another technically suit of armor of 45. You can have someone wear that out in case if your other one breaks, you can replace the parts out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because there's a whole other frame and stuff. Probably Happy wants to just get in this power. Like, you don't have any things that don't work when you jump in power armor, right, Matthew? Probably want Happy to get in there so he just doesn't get destroyed as much.
Yeah, I'm about to say, me being in a power suit seems pretty good.
Yeah, this guy
Especially
will
that
probably
melee
take your
weapon.
leftover parts afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. About to say.
But I imagine we might mod some equipment here before we move on.
So yeah, you've got a power armor
Yeah,
station
there's
in
a-
here, and you've also got a weapons workbench and an armor workbench.
Yeah, we got a lot of junk to take apart too, so we can just take a lot of crap out.
Yeah, we can work on some of that too.
I want to work on my shotgun.
The deluxe toolkit counts as any kind of workbench, so
It does.
it gets just a free workbench. But
So you've
Nice.
you've explored almost all of this map in this session, boys. I'm going to wrap up just now. You have one room left. It does have a sign above the door, so I am going to expose the map so that you can see it. We'll visit that in 2 weeks. Omnigenetics.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
let's wrap up here, boys. Thank you very much for joining me. That was a lot of fun. I'm really, really enjoying
I
this
loved
one.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Making you all suffocate was a lot of fun. I really liked that.
I bet you did. I bet you did. Huh?
I did.
yeah, you just like drinking up all those action points.
I got loads of action
he's like,
points
I can't-
from that, mate. Yeah,
he
I
can't wait to use it.
think I more
Can't
than
wait to
doubled
use
my
it.
count. I'm loving that. Okay,
Counter designed to give the
Well,
DM
just
action points.
panicking.
we'll do a.
It's all panic and full set action points. Like, oh, God.
You're choking to death. You're choking literally to death. It's the time to do it.
If it
like.
works, it works, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely the time to do it.
That was
Yeah, but
that was
this is
definitely
fine.
the time to give them all the action points.
And it makes my bosses more spicy. It just makes my bosses more spicy. It
Yes,
makes fights
absolutely.
more spicy.
I love an environmental boss.
Yeah.
Like this.
That's good. I like that. And I mean, like, that saves me up the action points for later, for when I've got an actual boss and I want to do all the shit. I can do all the shit and kill Brock. Alright, gentlemen, I'm going to do a raid on Twitch, but let me round up this session for the video on YouTube. So thank you very much for playing, players, Matthew, David, Max, and Jeff. Thank you very much for joining me, gentlemen. I'll see you all in a week for Jeff's game, and in 2 weeks for this And everyone who's watching on YouTube in about a week's time when this goes out on the air, thank you all very much for watching. We are RxOliver and the gang. This is Fallout. Remember, war never changes. Bye.
Have a good
Praise
night.
be upon Atom.
Praise be Atom.